Hello. Hello.
It's time for us to play a video lame.
A video lame?
A video, more like video lame.
So for some reason, I must have changed your reactive, FOMO, and then immediately clicked you again and changed you to Will's reactive. So you are Muna right now. So you are Muna right now, and Will is Deck.
Hooray!
I'm Muna now.
I
have the unfortunate souls.
The unfortunate souls are me. All of them.
All of them.
Waka
They're
waka,
me.
I am Muna.
So I changed your thing to Zarel, and then I changed it immediately after to fucking Muna. I don't know why.
Why are you like this?
It's
changing
me,
it.
Muna.
It's being changed. It's fine. We're fine.
Hello, it's me, Zarel.
You weren't Zarel.
You were never Zero.
Zarel wouldn't say that.
You could never be Zero.
There we go. I fixed it. It's all been fixed. The universes have aligned again.
All right, the multiverse is okay again. We can continue.
Yeah. What's going on? Hey guys.
I'm stretching.
That wasn't an answer to my question, Will. I demand an apology video.
All right, get the ukulele, boys.
Grab the dog. Grab the ukulele and sigh.
You have to come in, sigh, and then play the ukulele flawlessly. While saying how wrong you are, but also how wrong it is for people to come at you.
I don't think she even acknowledged what she did. Like, she mentioned a fart joke, which was not at all what people were talking about.
I have no idea who this person is. All I saw was the SpongeBob thing, and that is good with me. That means I don't have to listen to any drama.
Yeah.
All that being said, we're gonna jump in. Here we go. Yeah. Who wants to tell us what happened last time? All right, I'm gonna roll it. It's gonna get rolled.
I will take chance or give me death.
1 is Emerald. 2 is Will. 3 is FOMO. 4 is Anthony. Emerald.
All right. So last time we continued with our dinner. You see, when we got entertained by a funny monkey girl.
Funny monkey.
Yeah, she was mute the whole time.
Funny monkey.
It was weird. Yeah. She's a funny monkey.
Her friend, her name was Princess Diana.
Funny
yeah,
monkey.
she's Princess Diana. She showed off just how incredibly
I like how the
talented
entire
she is.
call shut up the moment that name was said.
It's still my favorite thing.
I personally don't understand it quite intimately as everyone else because I'm very tired today. Anyway,
don't worry about
it. We find out that she is the sixth wife of or going to be my dad. They have their arranged marriage. The sixth wife of fucking Cocklecott over here. And it's great. Good for them, you know? This is so great.
We love a happy
Her bodyguard's his third wife. Or one his second.
Yeah, no, she's also a wife.
She's also a wife. And apparently,
The wives take care of each other. It's like a conga train. It's like the Avatar, but for wives.
Wait, no, I think I got it wrong. She's the seventh wife, I believe, is happening there,
She
right?
will become the seventh wife.
She will become the
and
seventh
then when all
wife.
the wife emeralds are assembled.
Mm-hmm. The wife.
He will become his 7th wife and also his 7th light.
Mm-hmm. It's so cute and totally not concerning a thing that we'll need to talk about later. So we eat more, we talk more. This man's and our good buddy Zarel just start talking about the revolution. You know,
I can't
but
believe
it's all Zarel's idea.
Zarel. Yeah, I can't believe Zarel thought of all these things on their own.
He thought of all these things on his own.
Yeah. Thank God that Zarel discovered the concept of revolution in the span of an hour.
It's like,
He's a really
you have
smart
some-
boy.
You have some very interesting ideas, Zarel, but I will back you on these
Oh, that's very
Man.
nice of you.
of your ideas and your
Those were
Man.
your
definitely
plans.
mine.
Who is the has like 6 dragon ancestors, and he would ascend the throne as the 7th dragon.
He just has to wait for that. He just has to wait for some more
Honestly,
dragons
this
to get in
man's
the way.
plan has he really needs to work on his plan, you know? I mean, if he wants to be the 7th dragon, then he needs to just find 3 other dragons,
Mhm.
put them in charge one after the other while assassinating them, and then he can become the 7th dragon of a 7th dragon with the 7 lights.
Man, I wonder why that would be the case.
I wonder why that's an important number in this game. But also, he doesn't like the number 4 like Hibiki, because, you know, 4 is a weird number.
It might even be the only thing keeping him back from trying to take over right now is because he'd be the 4th dragon if he did.
Yeah. But he wants to depose Lord Akron, and it's great. He also, you know, he offers us the opportunity to stay at his mansion for the night. It's so nice and thoughtful of him. And everyone seems to be on board, but unfortunately, this lady over here, the countess, put a golden dagger up to my leg when that was brought up, and like,
He was like, no, please stay. And she was like, no, the fuck you don't, Hibiki. No, the fuck you don't.
oh no, you fucking don't. And I'm very confused as to why that's the case. But maybe she's helping us.
There's 2 paths. Either she's helping you or she's trying to out-simp us.
Or she's trying to out-simp us. Maybe she's the 6th wife. Wait a second. Anyway, so yeah, Hibiki very strongly says no. We do not want to stay the night. We should go home. We have people to check on, and we dismayed Lord Cockthecot, the poor man who just wanted some friends over for the night. After his joyful glee of watching his soon-to-be wife perform like a circus monkey.
That was some good tricks going on though. Gotta
Yeah,
admit.
he even learned a trick or 2.
Gotta admit, those are pretty good.
They were pretty good tricks, not gonna lie.
Made Will
If-
sick and out of game.
He learned how to flow.
Powerful.
And we get together again. We're in the middle of the room. We sent off the guard to go get us some Tupperware to bring back some of this food with us, because, you know, we're those kinds of people. And I believe it was Muna noticed a funny gold coin that we all stared at, trying to discern what the fuck the point of the coin was. When all we had to do was look up to see a trapdoor in the ceiling.
Adventurers don't look up.
Good adventurers don't look up. Gamers don't look up. People don't look up. And I always look up. Am I weird? Am I the weird one for always personally looking up everywhere?
I don't
Am I
know if
weird
I
for
can
that?
say you,
Maybe I
you
am.
always do since you didn't think to look up here. I don't know.
It's almost like
I don't know. Whenever a coin shows up, the last thing I go is, maybe the ceiling dropped it.
yeah. That's if it had been like a roof tile, if it had been like a light bulb or something, maybe we would have thought to look up.
Maybe.
But regardless, it's a funny coin that isn't the currency of this world. So that's cool. So we get our Tupperware, we decide that we'll come back at another point to this place, and we head off for the night. We go back to our lovely, lovely library. We meet up with Booya again. We tell her what happened. Everything's a good time. She heads off again to go keep searching for more Heartless to kill and protecting the people, and it's great for her. Good job. We arrive back. We scare off what's-his-face. We don't have a name for him, and we're probably never gonna name this fucking purple dude. Purple guy!
Purple guy.
I dropped my water. Purple
Oh,
guy.
Just a bite of 87.
The Blight of 87? Maybe that's the... Anyway.
Not the first time we made these.
No, it is
Anyway.
not.
we meet up with Scott again. He tells us that Macho and Bosco made it back home with a bunch of gummy blocks. Great for them. I'm glad for them. They made out like bandits in this. We went back inside and we had a nice chat with our good friend, our homie, our man of the hour, Michelle.
Oh, hold on 1 second before you continue. Hold on.
We still haven't actually given his book the name.
There we go. Keep going.
Yeah. We talked to Michelle of all of our misadventures throughout the past couple days, told him about the song that he asked our good friend Gilgamesh to find, Twinkle Twinkle Kingdom Hearts. That's totally not an important song, guys. Every world has it. It can't be that important, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's also, Twinkle Twinkle, little star, and there's Twinkle Twinkle Seven Rats. And,
That's
there's
the
all a
one
bunch of
Piper
songs.
grew up with.
Shut up!
And we've discussed things that we're still not entirely sure of. The Seven Lights bit that I brought up to him from Cock the Cot also got his attention. For some reason, it felt familiar to him, but he'd have to do more research. And man, if only he were stronger to do that research, because his encyclopedia, the free encyclopedia, couldn't fucking find everything. So he's like, if y'all open your hearts to me and we become closer, we will all gain more power.
Yeah.
And he was hesitant.
Fair, Micklepedia, the free encyclopedia that no one can edit ever again, is also being ran on Mikkel torture. So that
also
also
true.
He has mentioned
the rate in which information.
he has mentioned before that it is difficult for him to recall certain bits of information.
Mm-hmm. And by opening our hearts to him, we all get stronger. He was very closed off to it at first, and his heart was just so closed off and afraid. But
I like how Mikkel
relented.
called you a pussy.
Hey, we don't say it like that. We all became closer as people and friends, and we gained more power. And that's great. My health doubled. I doubled my health.
That's what you get for fucking,
Yeah, don't you know?
releasing your bonds and letting people in your heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whenever you make new friends, your bones get stronger.
Yeah,
That's why The Rock can never die.
it's true. Because of family.
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 Oh,
So with that, we have he noticed that there was like magic from both Muna and Gilgamesh's world up to the north, where we are going to be heading at some point to deal with the second lighthouse at the cool like forest mansion-y bit where Lord Akron's soldier went because she couldn't just handle her power. So she closed herself up there. And that's great. We're gonna go up there at some point. We have so many points of interest to go to. How the fuck are we gonna figure out where to go first? God, fuck.
And you guys need an airship or something.
We need an airship. Maybe we should go. I mean, we do have to go take the truck back. We can probably go over there and take up our lizard waifu lady.
We may not have an airship, but we sure have a Ford.
I hope we have our own Sid.
She is our Sid. What do you mean?
No, just a Sid.
Okay. So we now have a vague idea of we can go anywhere at this point. We are no longer blocked by the dam's imminent destruction. And we all have a good rest. I might be forgetting other things discussed. If I am, I apologize.
How dare
We
you.
wake up the next day, we come outside, ignoring everyone after eating, and we see that somebody has set up their shop here, and our good friend Ragna has arrived. And along with him, it seems that it's him, the fabled Sam Everymans, the man who tricked people into buying bad product.
What?
How could
I
Sam
don't know what you're
Everymans
talking
do
about.
this?
Sam, you must be talking about my brother,
Oh yeah, which brother?
Tom.
Tom Everymans, of course.
I mean, that's what they were saying. This is a completely different guy. This is the first time I ever heard
He's a
Sam
completely different
Evermans.
guy. I wish that there was just one slight difference on this guy and John that actually differentiated them, but it's so hard to tell. That would be the funniest thing you could ever do.
I don't know about that. I think I'm already pretty funny.
And I believe that is where we ended off. If I'm forgetting anything, my friends, chime in now.
No.
Oh, is this our carriage that you put here? Wow.
A carriage? That is a truck, my sir.
The Ford mobile.
I apologize.
That is your levitating truck.
That is my levitating truck that we're giving back at some point.
For real. Wait, I need to height. There you go.
Look at it levitate.
It's for real.
Look at it levitate.
Wow.
But yes, thank you very much, Hibiki. I gave you some splations for that. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. But yes, the last time you guys had seen was once you had came outside. You saw a decent crowd of people over by an area that now has a person with a shop there. You guys remember this area being fixed up before by the owner of this place, the one who owns the library. They had put up that light there. They had put up the everything around. There's now a big cart that is seemingly placed in this area that seems to be currently stationary, very stationary. Yeah, things be going down. I'd like to know, now that you guys have came out, now that you guys have seen new people showing up and different things going down, what would you guys like to do? Do you guys want to plan out where you're gonna go next? Because you guys still haven't really done that. It's still like morning-esque at this point. Do you guys want to go to any of the people around you? Try to get some different ideas of what's going down. You guys, what's going down for you guys? How's the morning looking for our intrepid you guys?
Ah, the morning. Well, time to die. Falls off cliff.
Okay.
Damn.
Oh, Muna, there was no cliff there. How do you do that? Muna!
Open the cliff using the power of Hades.
Can't believe they jumped off the cliff while holding on to Ramu.
I cannot believe you monster.
I like to imagine Ramu sees this, climbs up Muna, jumps off face back into the cliff.
No!
I need to BRB for like 2 minutes. I'll be right back. You guys go
Okay.
first.
Okie dokie. When we came in here, we saw that Sam was doing like a little ruckus, a little sound.
Little ruckuso, little soundo.
You know what? I'll go see what's going on. Let's go meet another member of the family.
You're gonna make your way over toward the boy.
Yeah.
What about everybody else? Gilgamesh is going to sit here and think to themselves for a moment.
What a horrible world.
You know what? I gotta know. I gotta know what's gonna happen over here. Hi, I'm coming too.
Oh, Hibiki, I didn't
Luna,
think
do
you
you
were
wanna-
feeling like it. It didn't seem to like him the first time.
Do you want to make your way over to the everyman's, Muna?
No.
Where are you going?
Away from him. I have no idea where I'm going. I just know where I'm not.
That's fine. If you have no ideas what you want to do, that's fine. We can sit here for a bit. Zarel
Yeah,
and Hibiki.
I think Muna will be on standby.
Zarel and Hibiki, you guys make your way over. You make your way forward through the areas here. As you get far enough in, you do find in front of you there is a Mr. Sam Everymans. He seems to have beside of him a large assortment of wares, mostly potions from what you can tell. And it does seem that some of the people around here have bought some potions. They have little potionos in their hands, looking at them, walking away, having their things going on. As each of them take their potions and go off, you just see him look over. Oh, welcomes! What can I do for you?
Oh, Flamio, you must be, I believe you mentioned your name was, Sam?
Yep, I'm Sam Everymans. At your service.
Oh, well, it's good to meet you. We'd known of, I believe, one of your brothers, before in an area.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
good to see that you're spreading around. Yeah, I believe it was, I'm not sure. Hibiki, do you remember?
Yeah, it was at the Peace Takers camp.
Yeah, but his name was eerily similar, but not close
John
enough. I can't.
Everymans.
Yeah, it was a John.
Oh, you met my brother John. Ah, well, John, he's how was John for you?
I think it was
good.
pretty good. He sold us a bunch of glass in a bottle, but I mean, it worked out.
Oh, well, good to know it worked out. You were happy with that, Pointus?
Surprisingly effective when we used it.
I always liked John. John's a great guy.
He does seem like a pretty alright guy. Even if his economic scheme seems to be very circular sometimes.
Gotta admit, seems a little circular to me too.
So what kind of potions do you have here?
Oh, well, I got many potions, as you can see in front of you. No, I got many potions. It's a mini potion. See it?
Oh.
He points over toward a small bottle. It's my mini potion.
Oh, it's a very tiny potion.
Yeah, it's a mini potion.
It's a really tiny bottle.
I have many potions.
And it's supposed to shrink you?
Why would I do that?
What's it do?
They're just smaller portions.
Well, I guess that would make sense, yeah. It's a mini potion because it's a potion, but smaller.
Yeah, exactly. You get it. You must be the brains of the operation. So, with these mini potions, they're a lot cheaper than some of my brothers might sell you potions for. And they work just as well, but they're one-time use because you have to gulp them down like you just kind of hold your nose and go woo right down the gullet.
Like a shot.
Just take a shot and drink it down, unless you don't want to drink it down. Unless it's a different kind of thing. I got in front of you. I got some healing potions. They do some heals for you. I got different varieties of those. I got some magical protection potions. It'll give you a little kick. And I got some battle potions. It'll give them a little kick.
Oh, this is very varied. What exactly is a magical protection potion?
Oh, you see right here, this mini potion. He pulls up a small vial.
It's even tinier?
He pulls up a small vial. No, he has many of the mini potions. You see.
No, because you said this mini potion. I'm like, oh my god, it's getting smaller.
No, it's fine. He holds up a tiny vial that seems to be full of some kind of silver liquid. This mini potion has many wonders in it. Tiny little wonders of various kinds.
Oh.
Tiny various mini potion motions.
Hey, because that sounds so magical.
So what's it do?
It'll protect you in a pinch. Because there's only a pinch of it, because it's a mini potion. Like, seriously, if I would have put a pinch of salt in there, it'd be mostly salt. And it'll help you in a pinch.
Oh, that sounds like a very small amount of something to put.
But yeah, look at it, though. It's really nice, right?
It is very nice.
It's a
It
nice
glimmers
silver color.
very nicely.
It's a nice silver color. It smells probably better than you would expect.
Can I smell it?
Yeah, sure. He uncorks it. As he does, you take a whiff of it. I would like for Zarel and Hibiki, since it is now uncorked and in front of you and in your face, I'd like both of you to roll me for your instinct.
Here we go.
You mean insight?
Insight. Yes, insight.
Every day I get the roll.
Every day it's insight. Every time it's
Don't worry
insight.
about me.
18.
Hibiki, as Zarel sniffs the potion, Zarel, it kind of has like a metallic-y smell to it. Kind of like sniffing just pure fucking metal.
Oh.
However,
It's an interesting smell.
Hibiki, as you look at it and as you get like a tiny whiff of it, you've had potions. You've had a lot of potions since coming here. This one you can't say you've had, but it does feel interesting. And with your new understanding of magics, you know that this potion potentially could replenish your shield. Wow.
How much?
How much from a mini potion?
Yeah, that one.
How many? I could give you a discount if you buy a lot of them.
How many do you have?
How many you want?
We just...
I mean, we could probably carry a bunch of it. Yeah, I believe
They're
that we
very
have at
tiny.
least-
They're very tiny. You can
Yeah.
carry a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, these look pretty tiny. I sure hope these are durable.
Let's start off with 5. How many for 5?
Oh, you want 5 of them, huh? That's a whole handful right there. Yeah, if you were to want 5 of them, I'd probably say something like, probably like 1,000 money.
Sure.
Yeah, great. Yeah, that's wonderful.
He's like, what? I mean, yes. Good job.
Yeah, great. That's
Just 1,000 money? Yeah, he'll do it. Fuck it.
okay. All right. Yeah. Here you go. What the heck? You see him look to it as he's handing it over. He's like, man, is selling these? What the hell? I mean, here you go. Here's your potions.
He will take the
Boy,
potion.
That Hibiki won't bother.
You see as he gives it to you, and you're like, fuck yeah. He like looks to you like with a very confused look on his face. I'm gonna roll for him real quick. Gonna roll for my boy Sam.
What if Sam Everyman is going to do if he rolls high?
17. He looks to you. As he does, he looks down toward the mini potions. He pulls out another bundle of the same potion in his bag and places them onto the ground in front of him. He then puts a little sign in front of them. The little sign says 500 on it now.
My God,
He nods in approval. The man. Game recognizes game, I guess.
He just gives you a small nod, like, all right.
Let me get those 5 mini potions.
You're gonna get 5 mini potions. Let me get you those many potions. Many.
Him, I thought I was just scamming this dude. Wait a minute, is this actually good? I'm pretty sure I can understand their whole deal is they just put random shit together and they think what the effect is, or they have an inkling of what it could do, but they don't actually know what they do, so they still sell them.
I think you're overthinking it. After all, this isn't the same guy as the other guy we talked to.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, maybe
I'm not
Sam
overthinking
Everyman's is new to the field. You don't know it. He's
Yeah,
starting
this is just
out.
a different guy.
He's out of the litter and
There you
he's
go.
experiencing the world of new
Here's your mini
eyes.
protection potions, and many of them, many of them that you have, many of the
Hell
protection potions that you hold. And do you want anything else? And also, what are you thinking of them? Hold on. He like picks out another potion. He brings it up to you. He brings it up to Zarel's nose.
Can
as
you
he
spell
does.
these for me, please? By
As
any
he-
chance?
He opens it in front of you, Zarel. Instead of looking at you, he stares at Hibiki. Is it trying to gauge his reaction?
Can I use
What are these, Magic Man?
like, I know it's instinct, but can I like use experience now that I know that these are like I have experience of smelling the ones like, oh, I could probably tell more about if I try harder.
Sure. If you wanna do that, go ahead. Roll experience. I'll give you that.
Hell yeah. Well,
Zarel, you smell a very earthy thing in front of you. You smell you've had these potions before, actually. This one is a little Healy potion he has in front of you, but he seems to be staring at Hibiki as this is happening. Hibiki,
Oh, you think was a bit at all? They
almost
seem to be
funny.
friends.
Hibiki, you can tell that looking at said healing potion, it's the same as the other healing potions that you had before. You know that there are several varieties of them. There is just the straight up healing potions. There is the ones that do the status. Again, it's mostly anything on the cure card is its own separate potion. And he has all of those. He has potions for every single variation of this. I'll just put the cure thing over here so you guys can see it. But he has a potion that basically can recreate any of these abilities.
And that's just the one like mini potion. It can do any one of them.
No,
You just pick the one.
he has individual ones that have each of the different things.
Oh.
Because they would have had to have been brewed for a certain thing. But he does have basically 5 of the potions he will give you are kind of these. As he does this and as he looks to you, because you are using your experience to check these things out, to kind of get them, he is going to look to you. He is going to then look down to his stuff. He sees that you are used to whatever this is. You guys know what these are. So he puts a little 400 in front of them.
Hell yeah.
It's like you weren't that impressed, so obviously they weren't as good as the potions you just had. So he's like, but there you still like them. I'm gonna put them right here. So basically, if you want any of these effects as a potion, they will cost you 400 money.
Oh, okay.
That being said, he also seems to have those battle potions he told you about.
Why not? Let's check out the battle potions.
What is your nose sense? What is your hyper nose?
What does my super nose sense say about the battle potion?
Hibiki, you go to grab one of the battle potions to go to bring it up to your nose. He puts his hands out and cups it around him. Whoa, now.
I'm just smelling.
You gotta be careful. These are dangerous.
Well, yeah, he's a very practiced smeller. The best smeller I know, Hibiki.
You say battle potions. Are they ones that you would throw instead of take?
Well, you could. I would say that would probably be better than ingesting them. If I were to give you some advice, they are very volatile.
Volatile.
You look at the one in your hand. It seems to have a bit of a orangish glow. It is somewhat giving off a bit of heat. However, all of the potions in front of you, even the ones of different colors like blue and shit, are also giving off a little bit of heat. Seems like there's some kind of chemical reaction happening inside of these.
Something is fucking happening here.
Even the green one's giving off heat. Even the blue one's giving off heat.
Even the ice blue one is giving off heat.
Now these are a bit pricey. They change things up a little bit. Looking at this one you have right there. That's a pretty interesting one. I had to use some. I had to use so a little. I'd say 600. He's like staring at your face.
He nods.
600.
All right then. Let's see here. Let me do some calculations for a second.
I love that Hibiku's just unearthing his nose.
The power of the heifer.
The heifer.
Let's see here, and then how much do I have left? Here I have that much in my pocket. All right, I'll take this battle potion and one of each of these protect these potions.
One of each.
I will take 3 of one of this, and this.
What?
And out this, and the status, yeah.
He's looking at you. Since you are buying so much from him, I'm gonna have him roll again.
He's trying to calculate this.
I love this man. He's very good. Okay, that is over a 10. He sees this. He sees you buying 9 fucking healing potions at the price he put down.
9 healing potions.
Because you said you want 3 of this, 3 of this, 3 of this.
No, said 1 of each of these 3. So.
3. You're buying 3.
1 status and 1 protection. Yeah.
I heard you were saying. I heard.
I apologize.
Okay.
I apologize. I want to be
you are
buying
less.
3 potions.
You are buying less than the amount that I was gonna do, so I'm not gonna have him increase the price.
Okay, cool. I do not believe I could afford 9 of them, Deco. Since they are now 400 each.
He will not increase the price if you're only buying 3.
Yeah, buying those 3 and the 1 battle potion in his hand for a total
the
of
battle
1,800.
potion. You are given a fiery battle potion.
Hell yeah.
It's rather interesting. It's rather nice. It's a good boy battle potion. It will do some damage if you chuck it at someone. How much damage? Who knows? It's a tiny one. It's a little mini potion. As for the cure potions, you have bought 3 of them. One of them was the status, one of them was the protection, and one of them was the magic, right?
Yeah.
I will make those in just a moment. But you were definitely given those. Let me look at your...
Hell yeah.
Oh, you have taken everything away?
Yep. This man has earned a lot of money from me today.
He looks to you as he hands off these mini potions. He gives you a knowing nod. He then replaces the mini potions immediately from his bag and puts them onto the ground, puts them onto the thing in front of him.
Pleasure doing business.
The pleasure's all mine.
Well, it seems you two hit it very well. It's good to know. I'm glad that you're getting along, Ibiki.
Yeah. The power of capitalism.
There is Cure Magic Potion. We have Cure Status Potion. And it isn't curing a status, but it is Cure Status. Which means it is technically it does cure a status, so yeah.
Yeah. That's what it does. That's what it's saying.
Cure Protection
Emerald.
Potion.
Yeah.
Emerald, the spirit of Jasna calls to you once more. You must learn the art of the trade.
I gotta figure out how to find my
How do
place
you
in
know
the
my
fold
master
somehow.
Jasna? Who spoke to you of the sacred arts?
Who revealed
Oh,
to you
you
the
see,
secret?
vanishes.
Who revealed to you the mythic arts?
I'm gonna leave now. I'm gonna run away.
I've done it. I've done a capitalism, guys.
He currently does not seem to have much else. All of his stock is currently mini potions. You could potentially ask him for other things, but right now he just has he has what's in front of him showing to you. Zarel, did you want to get anything?
No, I mean, I've been having just a chill time. I wanted to see what was going on.
Just want to
and
sniff some potion. It's great.
Yeah, it was a good time for sniffing. And then Hibiki made a friend. It's a good day, all things considered.
It's a great day. Honestly, let's do this. Let's I feel that Sam Everyman's definitely has a bond with Hibiki. We're gonna change his bottom.
Yeah.
We're gonna change the bottom there.
Yeah, baby.
You know what? Because we're doing that, let's go ahead and assume that there was also a bond between another one of you and John Everymans. Here we go. Perfect.
They're all
I hope
bonded with each other.
I hope we all get an everyman's for ourselves.
Every man's deserves an everyman's.
It's a very interesting slogan. I kind of like it. It's catchy.
But yeah, with that being said, you guys would most likely back away from there after perusing wares. Muna and Gilgamesh, you guys see Hibiki walking out with an armful of mini potions.
Oh no.
Let me know, everyone. Hibiki made a friend today.
I sure did.
How much did you lose for this friend?
Everything. You guys also hear, after you guys sort of get away, he seems to make his way into his cart, and you guys hear the sounds of breaking glass inside. No reason.
I just spent 2,300. So like, what, 23 bucks?
That sounds about right, I suppose. I don't know how I would convert
That'd be
to
around
another kind of
2,300
currency.
zenny, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, my bad. I forgot. I don't do it like that.
They're
Duh.
called Zugs.
Zucks.
Your
Like,
Zucks
it's
bucks.
Sunny, but you say Zugs.
Your Zucks bucks.
My Zucks bucks. I spent like over half of the money I got in this place, but it's fine. These should actually prove very useful from what I could tell about them.
You're an expert in potions, then.
No.
He's at least expert at smelling them. I have no idea if information was acquired from this. Hibiki, what do they do?
Oh, these will, the 5 that I got here will probably refill your shield. These are basically some of the cure magic that Booyah showed off. And I think this orange one was a fireball, if I remember right, correct?
It does some fire damage, probably. Who knows?
Yeah, it does. It probably does fire damage when you throw it at something. Don't drink it.
Probably does fire damage. How nice.
I mean, that's still higher than 0% chance.
I mean, shit, if a bottle of glass and seawater can actually hurt the Heartless when we use it, it's like, whether or not these actually do anything for other people, I don't know. They will more than likely work for us. Maybe whatever.
No, go on. Finish your stuff.
Maybe whatever Booyah did somehow makes this shit work better.
Perhaps. The rules of magical abilities in this world are still confusing.
You guys hear a little chime coming from Gilgamesh as
Just comes out of the beard now.
fully makes their way out of the beard and floats in front of each of you. Have you all decided what you're going to do with your day?
That's perhaps a good question. I suppose we do have some things we can do today. The things that we should do today.
With all the grumbling Gilgamesh was doing about it before he was going to sleep, are you all going to be making your way to go and kill that mayor? Or not mayor, to go and kill that that noble?
It was not grumbling.
They seem like a grumbler. See?
Hibiki making a pretty solid point aside. I suppose it would be good to decide what we're going to do in that regard regarding that man.
Do you have anything you can think of that will get you in a better ability of checking that place out? Any sort of things you can do that maybe will increase your chances with them? I would rather you all do not. I would rather you all not die.
Well,
That is unlikely to happen. We will not die.
for one, Macho will get a map of the place. If he can remember most of its details for us, that'll be useful. Beyond that,
How will you make a map if there are these things going around stealing your depictions?
so far, map hasn't been taken.
Your map has not been taken.
Our map hasn't been taken, but
That was also given to you by a certain boyo who was also not affected by things.
I guess we just have to have hope that it works.
Well, then go and speak to your macho and see if you can get them.
All right. Let's go check out how those two are doing.
She brings up a good point, Phil. We will simply have to commit it to memory. Worst case. Or we catch one of those thieves in the act and break them.
You all make your way over. Going over toward Macho and his son. You find that there is a steady looking rather large boxes inside of the barn house. You guys can see quite easily are full of some glowing material. Most likely this is pure gummy block, the block they were using to repair the bridge. As you see walking back and forth, Bosco seems to be carrying it back and putting it away, leaving some of it in the front. Along the countertop here they seem to have made, you do find that there is some food along there that apparently was made by Macho. However, there is
Oh my God,
also
a sweet
different different sizes of gummy block that just seems to be on display. As you make your way to him, he's like, "Oh, welcome, welcome. What can I do for you?"
How have you been? How's I'm guessing. Y'all made out like some bandits, huh?
Bandits? No. Well, I believe we worked rather hard for what we got, and me and my son, we are quite happy with the amount of reward we were given. Isn't that right, Bosco? We saved a city and we got 3 boxes of gummy block. What do you think? We're both so happy. Inside your beard, Gilgamesh, you hear, and another grumbler.
He is a grumbler.
Either way, we made out relatively well, as you said. There is is there anything that I can do for you all now?
We did talk about it before. Do you think you'll be able to make a map, or?
Yes. I was thinking about how to do such a thing for you all. And as we had seen, it is difficult to keep things in a printed form. However, I was thinking, he goes over and grabs what appears to be a large stick made of gummy block. He holds it in front of you like, and then he walks over toward the ground over here.
Oh, I see.
So you're gonna make a
Very
depiction with a
clever
gummy
indeed,
block.
Macho.
Oh, you depiction? Ah, that is a way to put it. I was going to say I was going to draft you up something. And that works too. Ah, awesome. Well,
There are many words we're learning every day. It's good to know.
Gotta grab a thesaurus at some point.
he makes his way over and he uses the gummy stick that he has and begins to make some indentations in the ground below him. As he does, you find that you got some noise in the background. Well, you find that as he starts drawing onto the ground in front of him, that he starts to make some showings of the general shape of the thing. I'm gonna have him roll to see exactly how much he remembers, just offhand for this stuff.
I believe in him. He can do the thing.
He is the one that basically led the construction of this place. So I know how much he's gonna automatically know. Let's see if he knows anything extra.
Oh.
The 14, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Let's see here. As he draws out the map. Making your way over to the main map, my dudes. You do find that he does seem to show quite a number of buildings that are about the area. You see all the buildings that he does mention on the board here. Because he rolls a 14, I would like you guys on this main floor of the map, if you want to know anything about any of the rooms here that are still blacked out, let me know and I will unblacken them.
Oh.
Oh, for the rooms up here?
Yep, for the rooms up here on the map.
We must use our brains that connect them.
You guys can tell me any of the rooms here that have a things darkened, and I will give you a number of them. I'm not going to say how many. I'll give you a number of them, and we'll see how much you learn of things.
Oh wait. I want to start, but I also don't want to start. But I want this one. But I'll see what you guys say.
You want this
Just
building?
do that one.
Is that the one that you want? Then why not?
Okay.
This
It's
building over
Christmas,
here?
it's fine.
Oh, this is actually a very interesting building. Bloop, bloop, bloop. They wanted a area that could make a bunch of storage for all their different things. Their supplies they would use for their gardens. Their supplies they would use for their kitchens of that different nature. In fact, this one is very interesting because it also has a entryway into the strange assortment of basement areas that are throughout this area. There's a very large staircase that I remember creating in that place. It leads down into the underground. I didn't much mess about with the underground areas, though from what I did see of the original plans, he had wished to create a sort of underground bunker or escape area. I believe that is most likely the area that would be depicting.
Is it particularly large, or is it really just a bunker, so it'd be tiny?
Like I said, I did not mainly go underneath the area there, but what I do remember of the topography of that place, there was a lot of rock and a lot of hard earth, since they are near the mountains off behind them. I would say that it would be large enough for at least being able to hold the area of the room above it. Most likely, it would take its way from there to north to under the main wall of the sector. I'm not sure where it would let out, however.
Okay,
Apparently,
I know this is
he's thinking if this is the escape route area, it would most likely like stretch out beyond where the look at it go up. It's so great. It would most likely extend out beyond where the large wall is.
So potentially a nice
I know
escape
it's actually useful information and all that, but it's just funny to me, like, oh yes, the interesting room, the storage closet.
The interesting part of it is that he had said like, oh yeah, it probably has an underground bunker associated with it. I'm gonna have to Control Z this. There we go.
Oh yeah, I do understand, and it's also useful to have an area that might not have like guards all the time. But it's also funny. Closet. You found the closet.
It could also be an
can
escape
have
route.
The broom closet ending, guys.
That was my favorite.
Yeah,
Broom
mine too.
closet.
Do you guys have any other areas you wish to look at?
You know what? I am
We
curious. Oh, you
did-
got something?
We did notice a hatch in the dining area.
A hatch.
One of those hanging fixtures.
I do know of the place you speak. Hold on. As we are going to go to the floor above. When it comes to that place, there is definitely an interesting room associated with that. I believe that is the hidden treasury that we had established in such a place.
Treasury.
Yes, when it came to that nobleman, he had many different types of currency from all over the area. They seem to collect different currencies and as well as items and other things of the different worlds that have all came to the land of Cherish. And he wanted a very large room. The room above that seems to even go up into the floor above as well. As we make our way into...
Not the brightest with their architecture, are they?
How dare you? How dare you? I made this.
No, I just assumed he was so arrogant he wasn't thinking about where to put the treasure.
There has no other entrances besides the one entrance that is in the main hall. There are no other entrances on the other two floors.
Huh.
Unless they've added something since I've made it.
That may not be an entirely outlandish thought. The treasury across all worlds. Surely that must mean something to this place. Who knows what else is in there besides currency?
I could say he was very particular about that room. He wanted to make sure it was large enough for any sort of future expansions, but he also, I would say, because he wanted it to be as large as he did, probably had something in mind to store in there.
Would people be comfortable in rooms that size?
Since the entire area was made to house treasure, the flooring of it is rather hard and difficult. I wouldn't say anyone would be comfortable living there. Any other places you guys want to look?
We'd been in there briefly, but what about the rest of the library.
The rest of the library? I don't know which parts of the library you've been to.
We've been up through, and there's a staircase that we didn't go up.
Oh, well, if you're talking of the library, I believe that it did have several floors to it. Bloop. If you were to take the area up above the library, you would find that there is a rather large walkway that surrounds the area from above, leads to other sections of the place. More books and more things would most likely be up above on said balcony. But it is not it is an average library. It's a decent size, I would say. He wasn't extremely particular about it. He wanted to make it functional, but mostly he wanted it to be with the areas of space between the bookshelves and things. He wanted it to be a nice looking library.
So he wasn't the type to put in a secret door in the library. Got it.
I don't think so.
He does not seem one intelligent enough to understand these tomes.
It's kind of fucked up.
Kind of mean.
Also, a single square
reason.
over here seemed to have disappeared whenever I removed something from the library. That's weird.
Son of a
The
bitch.
perfect square.
This one square. It's probably a graphical glitch. This is Bethesda, right?
Yeah.
Fucking
Shit happens.
there's gonna be a fucking room in there. I mean, we know it. We can see
When
it.
they took from
Just
Fallout,
work.
the glitches came into.
I mean, if you're worried about this section over here, Emerald, it's a hallway.
Okay.
The hall.
You're just being funny. I see.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it
I
literally
still told you.
a square disappeared whenever I was taking stuff away from the library for some reason.
Mhm. That's
very
funny.
Yeah, it's a hallway.
There,
The hall.
there's a location where the soldiers congregate. The barracks.
I
You
think I know.
built this?
I think I know which place you're talking about. The outside barracks.
Is there an interior one as well?
Some people stay within, from what I was told, but I was made to make sure that most help would be stationed outside, as we will go bloop, bloop.
How strange. I would think you would want servants inside. It's more convenient to get to them.
Well, they wanted to make sure that they had enough of everything they would need, but they also wanted to be able to have an easy way in and out from the inner walls. So the guardhouse was built along the inner wall. It has a large mess hall. It has an up and a downstairs. I remember making both of these, so as we go to a downstairs. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this mostly. It's fine. The downstairs area seems to have a lot of storage for use of many different things going about it. There was a large section where there potentially was more weaponry and other things stored. As for the upstairs of it, bloop. It is made to house many different soldiers. There are plenty of soldiers that would be able to be stationed there for quite a while.
A fortress.
We wanted to make sure that section didn't easily fall, since it was technically a weak point of the inner wall, obviously. Anywhere else you guys want to think on?
We're using all of our brain cells right now. Dear God, the map. Here it comes.
Bommel, in Zarel's hearts of heart, where would boy like to know? What draws the attention of our fishy
one
boy?
Zarel.
I know what it
is
did.
the
I know what it is.
bathroom.
I know what it is. It's right here. This is Zarel's most interesting area.
Yeah, he's like, I saw a pool. I suppose if I had to think of something, I suppose there was this tiny area near that church that we were going to.
Oh, the church area, of course. That is, I believe, a area of worship that they wished to worship the second dragon, correct?
I believe so, yes.
Did you wait? Do you mean like the one part of the church, or the one on the other side of the wall of the church?
Oh, there was this little tiny fucking thing over here.
Oh, the room outside of it. I believe that is yet another area into the undermost section of this place. Though it was odd enough. They wanted to make sure that the doorway to this was sealed rather well. We made sure to take in different writings and different holy text to create such a door. I would say that the door itself is most likely impenetrable. It was one of the only structures made entirely out of gummy block. Though I believe the locking mechanism for it would have been in the writing of that door. It does also make its way down into the underground.
Hey, Dika.
What's up?
We have this map here, and I'm just curious. When it comes to the little creek that we got the message of the bottles from, like, about like which direction away from like the wall would that little like stream have been?
Would have been off to the north.
Just straight north, effectively?
Yep.
Okay. So there could essentially be any one of these places could be connected to that. Or was she chucking it so hard that it just flew out? Or
That's a good question.
I forget, what did she tell us that how she was delivering these bottles?
She was sending them out. Whether that means they were just chucking them or whether that means they were doing something magical. From what you guys saw, they had a lot of magical ability. You do not know. One thing you would know is that the glass wasn't shattered when you found it.
Oh.
If she had chucked it, it would have been either really strong glass or...
I mean, knowing her ability to lift and lower things, she could have enchanted it with wind magic, thrown it and let it fly and land safely.
Maybe she just flushed it in the world's biggest toilet.
Or she could have flushed down the world's biggest toilet somehow and it not clog.
At that point, you have to take into account that you probably wouldn't have any idea. If they did use magic, then there probably isn't any logical pathway that you would be able to follow.
Yeah.
You do know it is definitely off to the north, and you were, whenever you had looked at it, it did seem that it was, there was a grate that showed water coming in. Most likely that grate would lead into somewhere underground.
And like, literally we have several points of into the underground bits of this manor already, and there are likely several more, judging by the current pattern.
Who knows, man?
Hey,
I do. I know.
Yeah, you know.
I do. I'm the one who knows.
I'm the winner.
It seems like there are at least 3 entrances to like an underground portion of this mansion. Is there?
Unfortunately, I don't know much of the underground areas.
You were saying.
The foundation was created out of gummy block, as I mentioned to you before. We didn't very well. We didn't make the foundation extremely well into making so many basement areas. In fact, knowing now that most likely there's been more construction since my time, it makes me worry of the structural integrity of the underground of that area, to be fair.
So
I had
you
tried
don't
mentioning
know-
it to them whenever I was there, that if they wanted so many stairways, that they would most likely need to pay me and my men more to actually map out and create the underground areas for them, but they didn't seem to want us to do so. He apparently had some other private contractors ready for that.
Either he didn't care about safety, or it's something else in mind that he didn't want common people to know.
By the way, now that you guys have chosen those areas, you are now out of areas that he would have told you from the beginning. We are now just in the extra areas that I rolled for. You still have some, though. You still have some areas to ask about it because of that.
Where's the weed room? I'm kidding.
Oh, the weed room. All right, let me see.
I mean, there was this area near a dead patch of land that we had seen.
Oh, a dead patch of land. I remember we making a bit of a stable area for grazing animals and such, because they didn't wish to have the animals go after the grass that they were importing into the area. But I believe that to be mostly. I'm gonna make sure real quick before I release this one, because I gotta make sure something about it. Going on.
That's where they keep the evil horses.
Not the evil horses. No.
It's where they keep the caged up Pegasi that they don't want anybody else to know that they have.
Not the caged up Pegasi. No. Why?
That's what I'm gonna fucking know.
There it is.
Pegasi.
No.
Yes, okay, I'm not revealing that one. Not revealing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Shut the fuck up.
That would be
God damn.
mostly a stable area for animals and such. It doesn't seem. I don't think that it had anything too special about it. But they really should be taking care of it more. There's not a lot of area to graze with the imported grass they have. The desert grasses that came from a certain sector of that area is not great for consumption for animals.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rich in different kinds of other things. I did warn about it. That's why I asked them to put a stable there in the first place.
Is the Duke known for his animals by any chance?
Not really.
'Cause it's
He has a lot of interests though, so it would not surprise me if he had taken any sort of a liking to any of the animals around, or if he had brought anything exotic home.
Because unless they are between growing things in that field, it was just absolutely barren. Like, not even like you'd think that it probably would be in disrepair from everything happening. It might not be on the highest priority, but that was just dirt.
It was odd.
Disgraceful.
If he had any animals, I doubt he has them anymore.
I do not know. I'm sorry. I don't much know of
That's
what
fine.
could be in that area. Again, after we were done making most of it, we were promptly kicked out.
Of course.
You still have a couple more areas?
So essentially, we are limited to just this floor, unless the
Nope,
thing goes up.
I revealed the treasure room, and that was on another floor.
Ah.
It's just this floor kind of shows everything. If we go to the area above,
Yeah.
it's like, there's still some area here.
Yeah.
Same with, here.
Yeah.
There's your bell.
then-
The bill.
Ah.
Bell.
Bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
So whenever we were like talking to her, she mentioned that she could see us, so it would definitely be probably somewhere higher up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know,
That
more
point-
magic bullshit, but I don't know how wind helps with that.
Who is it you're speaking about?
They were looking at the group.
I guess it wouldn't hurt to say.
A
One
magic
princess-
lady took over my body for a little bit, and turns out that she's up there.
Oh,
a Princess Diane.
Princess Diane. I've never heard of them.
Mm.
Well, if they were a guest of the lord of that place, they would most likely be in the guest house. As I will reveal that.
The guest house.
It would most likely be in the guest house. There are several floors to the guest house, so being able to say that they seen someone most likely would not be out of the question. I made a rather large balcony to that area for viewing purposes. That seemed to give off a rather nice look over the walls, at least the inner walls. if I were to guess, most likely someone would have to be there to see something over the walls. That being said, if they actually lived with them, they were most likely had their own room.
Somewhere perhaps where you could see over near the river.
To the north.
Hmm.
So room probably on the north side.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if there is such an area. Most of the floor of that place would be taken up by different other different rooms. I will have a look over at the second floor here real quick.
I believe in our man's. He can do it.
His power.
There is one other room that potentially could see something off to the north, but I would be hesitant to think that that is where I would put anyone. The walls I made in that area were extremely thick. They would be mostly for it would not be a comfortable room for anyone, as he would come over here. We made it, the furnishings of it are rather nice, but the fact that it is off to itself, he was insistent that there would be certain amenities put into the room. Those amenities being its own bathroom, its own areas such as that. It almost felt like we were making a small apartment in the area. And it never really felt right to me. Because the entire house, there were many different bathrooms, there were many different areas. To keep someone cooped up in one area of the house seemed odd.
That's the place.
That's definitely it.
How do you mean odd?
Well, whenever we were making it, he was rather against modern interpretations of said rooms. So the lavatory there, while it is functional, I wouldn't think that whoever would be there, because of how thick the walls are, would have a grand time. It would most likely begin to, unless there were modern pipings and systems like that put in place, they would need almost constant upkeep. He would have to have somebody take care of that place essentially 24/7 in order to keep smells and things of that nature from overtaking the place.
That poor girl.
We have water. We've learned of bad water.
We have a.
So you
I
say
wish
it's
we
own.
didn't to learn that, but now that we know,
I mean, you're like modern pipings. What the fuck do you mean? This seems fine to me, Muna, who has.
right. Sorry. So, what kind of smells are you talking about?
The awful kind.
The awful kind.
Which awful kind?
I mean, yeah, but even then, in the lavatory, you like shat outside.
Poop.
They didn't lock you in with it.
They sure didn't.
Again, you could very easily keep smells down as long as you made sure it was constantly had upkeep and care, making sure that potentially someone came in and cleaned it on a very regular basis.
Someone's getting there pretty regularly.
One thing I had mentioned to them whenever I had made my way through is that if we made the walls slightly thinner, then the smells would not be able to permeate much into the stonework. But we ended up making the walls extremely thick.
Would it be thick enough to drown out any noises coming from there?
I would say that the soundproofing in this place is top notch. Most likely, you would not be able to hear anything from one room to another room.
Right.
You could be just outside of a room, and in order to hear anything from the other side, you'd have to most likely be listening at the door or the keyhole, perhaps. It was we used very high quality materials, even if they weren't gummy block.
But that would just suggest he planned on doing something like this from the very beginning.
Perhaps he's more methodical than he leads on.
I would say the more comfortable area would definitely be the guest house, but if you're worried that he's keeping someone captive, I would say that a room that with its own lavatory would most likely be a place I would think of, though I don't wish to put much thought into that.
Bosco, you wouldn't put your wife in a wife holding room, right?
No. I don't think
okay,
that I would.
That's not normal.
I don't think I would want to make a wife holding room. No.
Oh, that's okay. All right, we're all in sync then.
Seems like a good way to. Seems like a good way to lose your wife.
I mean, that's what it's there. It's for holding it.
I knew someone that
You
had a
should
wife
cherish
holding room.
You forget to cherish her.
I knew someone. God damn it.
Classic cherish joke.
All right, we did it, everyone. We can go home.
Game's over. RP's end. Finale.
You guys still have potentially one more. Where would you guys like
All right,
to know
team,
anything
come on.
of?
I guess I can pick another one. All right. This looks suspicious.
What was it again?
The kitchen.
Wait, there's so many things in the kitchen.
Yes, that's the kitchen area. That's where they did the cooking. We were told about that. I mean, it could be
I
important.
meant
As you
this
switch
is
areas.
suspicious.
You guys
I
want to know
said
about?
that
You guys
I
want to
can't
know
prove
about?
otherwise.
You guys want to know about the kitchen?
That's also the kitchen?
Oh wait,
You know
no.
what?
I
wanna know
was
about the
asking.
kitchen.
I was asking if that's. I was looking at something else. What were you guys saying that the second time? Here. Oh, okay. There.
That is the kitchen.
That is not.
Two.
That is not the kitchen.
That is the slave's kitchen.
No.
That's the square
Don't do
hole.
that.
This is the starvation.
That is the.
That's the person holding area.
That is a sitting room. For sitting.
The sit holding area.
You guys would have walked by this area somewhat, and because of that, I will give you guys this one decently for free. Because as you can see right here, there's no door.
Oh.
There's no door in this
Doorless.
section. So when you guys would have went by this area, you would have seen this room. It is mostly a sitting room.
There sure is a very conveniently placed closet right there.
It's a nice closet. I like it. As for anything of note from that area, we made a rather grand fireplace there. Most likely it'll stand far longer than any other part of this house, that's for sure. It is a rather interesting place. I was told that the flooring in this area in particular was made extremely specifically. Whenever I mentioned to you all about the area being somewhat finicky, it was this area that I had in mind, actually. Because I told you that most of this place was built with gummy block, and the fact that gummy block is relatively strong unless you put it with things that aren't gummy block. I had said that there was a bit of a weak point in the house, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
The weak point,
Yeah, of course.
the weak point was not a flaw in the area. It was a demand that was made of us. We were told that one room in that area was not to be made from gummy block, and that would be the room that that was the large closeted area that is in that room. Again, though, we were kicked out before most things were completed there. But I remember specifically we were to make most of the flooring of that place not from gummy block but from regular stone and wood.
This was demanded of you. This was.
So wait.
If there was someone around who has been inside of the house and seen that room, I could tell you more about it. I don't really understand much on it, but that room in particular was always on a strange side for me. Unfortunately, I've never seen the inside. If you've seen someone who's seen the inside, perhaps we can put our heads together.
At the moment we have it, but it's very odd this way that he's made this whole bit. He put essentially its own apartment above this part, right?
Mm-hmm. And again, the stone, the walls and the floors and everything are made from extremely thick materials.
Extremely thick materials, but it's not on gummy block.
Most of it is.
Most of it is. It's just the one room
That
isn't.
section is not.
Huh. Huh.
Huh?
We do know one person.
Huh?
Zarel
Yes.
runs away from the area. We're gonna follow Zarel now.
I believe I know who he's
I
talking
can't
about.
believe you figured it out.
Even Sorrel figured it out.
As Zarel, you go
I
running.
haven't, so I feel silly.
You go
This
running off.
noble lady who's the sister.
Zarel, you go running off. You make your way in and through into the garden area outside of the place here. You find that Rosa is looking about. As they are, you find that the area itself, there has been a lot of changes here. A lot of the overgrowth has been taken away, and it even looks like the fountain was slightly moved. Odd. Anyway.
They moved the fountain a little bit.
I did
Strange.
it. It was me. I didn't like it being so close to the edge. Anyway.
It still has not that much water. It got drained.
As you make your way through, you would find that Rosa is standing amongst there, just seemingly looking about at the different areas. As you approach. Oh, hello. Nice to see you
Flaming
again,
Old
Mr.
Man.
Zarel.
It is good to see you as well. How have you been faring today?
I've been mostly fine. It has been a little, strange to be going about the area as we have been, though it is, not in too much, disarray, I would not think. I've been
Well, I like to
keeping
believe that
myself
it's
busy
coming
as
along.
much as
It's
I
quite
can.
fine.
I've been keeping myself busy as much as I can.
Oh, that's good. Do you mind if we made you a little bit more busy for a little bit?
What exactly would you need?
If you would be willing to come with me.
We're
I'm
going to
gonna super
storm
up.
your house.
I'm gonna storm your house. I'm gonna super up.
We're gonna storm your house and destroy everything inside and kill your brother.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Finally, someone's gonna kill my brother.
I mean,
It's about fucking
they
time.
like their brother. What do you mean?
Not
their
this brother, no.
their brother just abandoned them is all.
Their brother's guards abandoned them for the sake of their brother.
Yeah, this wasn't their brother's fault. It was the guard's fault. As you make your
No
way,
one worry about it.
you go and grab Rosa. You bring them over toward the group. As she walks about, she looks at each of you. Good morning to each of you as well.
Good morning.
So
Good motto.
what is going on? What is needed?
Why are
Well,
we all quiet?
trying to find the
I
right
was hoping that I could just do this and it would make sense.
Well,
We were discussing about your family manor, and we were curious about a particular room, because we had heard from him that one of the rooms, his foundation wasn't actually gummy block.
Oh, that's
It's a neat little
interesting.
bit of trivia.
I don't really know much about that. I wasn't mostly around whenever the grounds were being built.
You wouldn't have been to that room that's off of your sitting room, right?
I wouldn't
Like the
have.
closet. Have you been?
I've been to almost every room inside the house.
What is up with that? With the is it like a closet? Is it like a bathroom?
You see them looking over at the design. I'm gonna have them roll.
I believe in this girl. I believe.
Oh, you mean the shrine?
Oh, it's a
Oh,
shrine.
shrine.
Yes, she will put herself over and start putting her finger in the dirt and like making little things on the depiction.
She's
there,
having fun with it.
as you guys will see.
Ah, a shrine. We're above. We're above is a toilet.
Hmm.
Yes, it is actually rather interesting, that place. But, I probably shouldn't say why.
Why not?
It is,
Oh, come now. We just
well, all
want
right.
to know.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing.
We just
Well, if you say so.
come on. Oh, come now. What's the harm in telling us, huh?
Well, I was told not to mention it to anyone. It is a rather, secretive, But you all are heroes who have saved this place. I think that it would not be too terrible to tell you, especially if you plan to make your way over to my home. By the way, if you make your way to my home, perhaps I should join you.
Oh yes, we would love to have you company.
Oh, it would be nice.
You would most likely need someone with the blood of dragons in order to open that place either way.
Of course.
Oh?
Really?
Yes, that is
Gilgamesh stares at the camera.
That is the shrine of the great. That is the shrine of the followers of the Great Fairy Dragon.
The what?
The Great Fairy
The what?
Dragon.
As from the Gilgamesh's beard, the what?
The Great Fairy Dragon, that's a deity we haven't heard about.
That is I believe it is a long worshipped but not very popular nowadays. Cherish, Lord from before a long time ago. There's not many shrines of them any longer. I believe that there are some troublesome aspects to that, are there not? Well, I believe that there was a cult at one point that was formed to them. But I'm sure that means nothing.
Boom! So he's got that fake smile on his face. Internally, he's just
You're
screaming.
surprisingly smiling about this. Are we worried or not?
That's concerning.
Okay, I'm gonna worry now.
According to my family, it's actually a dragon that we have quite a connection with. Its blood runs through our veins. By the way, he never mentioned any sort of fairy dragon being some part of his blood. Yet he mentioned all these other dragons, wanting to tie himself to all these other dragons.
Like a million other guys.
It seems...
I can't believe he's embarrassed by his heritage.
Quick, Gilgamesh, smell her.
Well, that's...
Quick, Gilgamesh, smell her.
Well, that's just odd.
Yes, do it, Gilgamesh.
Of all those other dragons, he doesn't mention the fairy one?
Indeed, that was left out.
Oh,
Well, I suppose either he wouldn't know, or he doesn't want people to know. Seems like the two things that could happen in that situation.
again, it is not a very popular deity to worship any longer. I had once believed that we were going to be placing the shrine inside of the temple that we had made, but it seemed that he mostly wanted that temple to be for a more popular deity. When it comes to it, however, as I mentioned to you, it is a place of protection. It is a place that those with the blood of dragons would be able to find passage. And I do mean that literally, as she is then going to show underneath said area. She draws a little bitty. Hold on, let me draw it on here. Draw a little bitty ladder.
It's a leader.
And where does that lead?
It makes its way out outside of the inner wall. It is a place that one could find themselves coming in and out of our home.
Really?
Yes, actually. She motions toward this area. Bloop, bloop, bloop.
That's great. So that is the escape tunnel.
It is one of many.
One of many escape. I see.
Man loves to escape places and areas and hijinks.
There's
see.
actually a rather large room below there. Let's see if I can draw that one out for you. I'm not the best artist.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
how else can you say racist things without an escape tunnel?
I am not the best when it comes to making any sort of art. By the way, the art was taken away. She did not say art.
Me.
As she continues to go up. But below there is a place of worship that we have.
A place of worship, huh? Interesting.
I believe that there are also where we entomb a lot of influential figures in our lives. That is where my mother and father are currently entombed as well.
Oh yeah, I see.
Oh wow, that guard is really scared. Keith is really scared. Look at him.
Fuck's sake.
He's coming to Shelby. Shelby, I'm really scared. Aww.
So, we do two.
And put everybody back because everybody got shifted off of where they need to be. There we are.
Who did you say wasn't tuned in there?
That is currently, from what she said, where her mother and father are entombed, as well as other influential figures in their lives.
A family too. All right.
It has several statues. One of them is a little bit different than the others. It's always felt at least a little different. But the statues there are depictions of the more humanoid form of the Great Fairy Dragon.
So, what did? I mean, I guess it fell out of what? I can speak. What happened with it? Why did it fall out of popularity? And I guess the cult stuff is mostly to blame.
It was mostly before my time. But whenever I was extremely young, my mother and father had told me that there was a rather large amount of people who worship the Great Fairy Dragon who did some terrible things to the people here on Cherish. Unfortunately, they were mostly successful in a lot of the things they did. They were practicing blood magics and other types of things. They had felt that by using blood magics, they would be able to become closer to the Great Fairy Dragon. And a lot of it was brought into a bit of a scuffle among other members of our family. It is why a lot of our family are no longer alive, unfortunately. There was a lot of infighting and a lot of different things going on at that time, and the only ones that were left were my family. At which point we basically inherited most of our collective family's wealth, and that is how we were able to ascend to being one of the most, if not the most wealthy family in the entirety of Cherish. That being said, after that point, because of all of the misdeeds of those who were showing themselves to be the cultist of that different area. What are you doing? You fall over? Are you okay?
Donkey problem.
Guys, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Sounds like Doug's getting into some major trouble.
Wow.
Man, I can't say that a cult was on my bingo card.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Dragon Cult should have been on the bingo card, because, you know. But it just wasn't on my bingo card
This is the first Dragon Cult we've had in a Summoners Network game.
Huh. Weird.
It's not the first Dragon Cult in a Summoners Network game.
Oh.
I lied.
Weird.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about 5 DARPs?
Yeah.
DARP.
Oh, yeah.
We
those-
had 2.5.
Yeah, but like do those really count when it's not really a heavy fantasy-esque battle setting.
I was talking about my master, the most important little boy in the world.
I mean, you're
Also,
not
yeah.
really a. I mean, you're an occultist, but I mean,
It's
all
not
you-
cultist. You just owe your entire life.
it's not like you have like brethren and have a brotherhood of people working for him
I
together.
mean, how do
You're
we
right,
know?
I'm all
Probably is.
It's just a gaggle of different kinds of clavier,
I'm just a
and they all just talk like clavier.
I'm just
I'm
some
just
guy.
a guy with a dog
God.
crust.
I'm a little boy. It's my
I'm a-
birthday.
I'm just a normal human being, just like you.
I'm a normal human being.
I've gotten into a rabbit hole deep dive of faith. Atari ass fucking game.
Oh, the game.
Oh yeah, fairy
I
tale.
thought you just got into a deep of religion.
Oh,
mean, even
fake,
more.
like the
Oh, yeah.
Atari-based game. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back.
And yeah,
Sorry.
I guess Fairy Tale does have a dragon
alright.
cult to fucking deceit.
Ah, I'm so
Everything
sorry,
good,
guys.
You good? You good?
We get away from it. Go. We had clipped Granny's, which is one of my dogs. We had clipped their
Yeah.
nails recently
Oh no.
because they were extremely long.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Yeah.
clipped them, and she basically started walking toward where her pad is, and she didn't make it all the way. She's an old dog. She just
Aw.
kind of peed on the floor, and then she started
Oh.
slipping in it because she isn't able because her nails. She's not used to her new nails.
Oh.
Baby.
Is she getting a wash?
She's
Oh, poor baby.
she didn't fall completely in it, but I did wash off her little feet, and I gave her pets, and she's fine.
Okay, that's good.
Oh fucking.
It's a dragon cult.
Yeah, Dragon Cult. Essentially,
Dragon
just
Cult.
just so I don't have to get back into the things, what she's essentially saying is a lot of people did some bad things. Those people happen to be other people who were in her family. They were stopped by something or someone. She doesn't know. She was like fucking 4. And at which point her family were the last people who were related to this great dragon, apparently. To this great fairy dragon. At which point they were given all of the wealth of those people who were in their family and became super nobles, essentially. But apparently the cult was doing some blood magic-y stuff, some crazy shit like that, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder. Well, either way, we're going to have another visit, so...
I believe that one of the main reasons that it is now frowned upon to worship the Great Fairy Dragon is mostly due to the cult activities and the mortal form that the Fairy Dragon had chosen to take.
Oh?
Oh, I should tell you more. Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah. we're all off-worlders, and this guy doesn't know anything.
I was just born.
Well, whenever the Great Fairy Dragon had taken mortal form, apparently in a long time in their life, they were given their form the name of a great dampire.
A great
A dampire.
vampire.
Would I know that? I don't know.
What is this damn fire?
It is essentially the name that was given to them because they had very vampiristic capabilities. They were eventually worshipped by a lot of dampire and a lot of vampires in general. It is
Wait.
how things had gone through and how blood magic essentially was involved in everything.
Does vampire mean draconic vampire?
No, unfortunately. If I remember my mythos stuff right, isn't it like a half human, half vampire thing?
Essentially, yes. They are vampires who are essentially able to function in regular society.
Oh, so demi-vampire.
Let's not putting it out of character for a minute. Aren't those called Dampier?
Well, she's saying dampire.
Okay.
Mostly because that's what I'm saying.
Go home.
Other worlds can have their own interpretation of the words.
It's melee. Fuck off.
In fact, Dampier
Malie.
is taking like pictures.
Anyway, I just wanted to make that clarification because my brain was like, wait,
Yes, you
am I
would
crazy?
Dampier, Dampire. There's many different ways of saying it. You're probably mostly
Okay.
right. But
Who
yes,
knows?
same spelling, same everything.
Whatever. I just want to make sure we're thinking about the same thing because I'm like, wait,
Yep,
brain,
basically
brain
a
no good.
yes, Dampier.
Okay. All right, so
Apparently the Great Fairy Dragon is was mostly worshipped by creatures of the night, kind of thing.
gotcha.
Mhm.
No, I got it.
So-
Now, my bad. So,
They were also a Cherish.
Yes,
You were saying?
the Great Fairy Dragon was a Cherish. They were not truly a Dampire or a Dampier. They were just worshipped by those, and their form they took was very reminiscent of one.
I see now why. Everything's clicking together now in my head. I see.
I
You'd also have to
Still
think
won't
that
understand
the
it.
actual interpretation of them has probably changed over time. Mostly because they were worshipped by creatures of the night, such as vampires and Dampier. They were more associated with them over time, and their visage got sort of combined with them in that way. They most likely looked fairly different than what their statues show themselves to be.
is a positive or negative connotation.
I believe you would have to ask whoever was depicted in those statues. Meanwhile, Zelda, this looks nothing like me! Anyway.
This sucks. The tits are too big.
And then Apollo, that's not me.
They left out my snatched waist.
So then, because of,
Mine too.
and because of all the blood magic, to say that you have the blood of the Great Fairy Dragon in you means that somebody in your line essentially got the blood instead of, being actually related to them.
I don't really know, to be fair. I was always told that I was related to the Great Fairy Dragon, but it is difficult to say how well that would be received nowadays. Because the Great Fairy Dragon and things that were done in their name were so terrible, most people would probably not be very well off for it. That being said, though, I've always loved those places inside of my home. The shrine, as well as the crypt there, have been some of my favorite places to go and think and go and have meditation at.
I see.
I was told that I have the blood of them within me, and I was told that they are a great ancestor of mine. Cherished do not make other Cherish whenever they make other lines. They make other versions of whoever they go with, essentially. So I do not consider myself a Cherish, but it is definitely an honor to be someone who can call themselves having the blood of the Great Fairy Dragon, in my opinion.
I, out of character,
Wait a
understood
minute.
that. I, out of character, understood that. He did not understand that.
Wait a minute.
Ah, I see.
Wait, you said that the ancient fairy dragon was a Cherish, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is impossible then.
Oh?
Us Cherish could not create other Cherish. I suppose that you could have
That's what
it
I was
by...
saying.
Oh, so you have it... Wait, hold on. I'm more confused now, because I
They
guess
cannot-
at that point it's
They
just
cannot, Cherish cannot create other Cherish. That is impossible.
Mhm.
But when Cherish get with other beings, they can still make other beings.
No, yeah, so far I follow. I mean, I suppose at that point the blood is just kind of an honorary factor.
It means that I still have the blood of a Cherish inside of me, but I am not a Cherish myself.
Genetics are weird.
He knows what genetics are, guys. Congratulations.
I learned it when I had to read all those books to find a cooking recipe one for some reason.
Basically,
Kid,
they
he
have
not belong.
the blood of the ancient fairy dragon, but if they're killed, they don't turn into an egg.
Yeah, I followed.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here like, at that point, it's kind of honorary.
He also did not realize the same thing as Zarel did not about them being able to reproduce with other races to make those races.
That was in the original thing I gave you guys for the
He
Cherish.
didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I knew. I
remembered as I was speaking it, all right? Fuck you.
No. It was a good question to ask in character. You guys haven't heard that yet. But yes, I don't really know much else that you guys would find very interesting. You seem to have quite a lot of our home mapped out here. Is there anything else I can tell you about?
Well, I cannot think of much myself personally,
You
but if
could tell me that I'm pretty. I'm kidding.
I'm gonna roll to see how many places they could potentially tell you about. Enough. You guys have a couple more places if you'd like.
All right, everyone, let's get back to the drawing board.
Gotta map this whole fucking place out, man.
We are sniffing this place out, word by word.
There was a room over here.
Over where?
What is this? Come here, to the left, to the south of the fountain.
This one.
Ah, this one.
Right next to the entrance.
Oh, the area there. That is a rather nice little entertainment sector. Mostly people who go there listen to music, they dance, they sing, different things of that nature. It's a very nice place. That's all they say.
It has a piano.
Entertainment.
I just now noticed if you look at the piano, you can kind of see like the same brown that's underneath for like the wood there. The wood planks are obviously smaller, so it isn't showing the ground, but that does mean they use the same wood in the ground as it did in the piano, and that's funny to me. Anyway.
I like whatever, here you go. Well, suppose it was this area a little bit after that dead patch of grass that we had passed through.
Oh, that one over there? Let me look to see if there's anything that I don't want to show of that. Oh, okay, never mind, it's that place. Oh, that's another one of the guard quarters.
Ah.
Bloop, bloop.
Oh, a guard quarter. Oh, hey, there's a skeleton in there.
Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him.
Skin and bones.
He's just, you know, bone dry.
Bone dry.
What year is it? Gorthus has been here for longer than he knows.
Gorthus has been hearing these guys play Uno for the last 100 years.
Gorthus, no!
He got lost. He got lost in the woods.
Because it is outside of the inner wall, these are mostly the guards who would patrol the main road, going back and forth throughout the area that we have. A lot of them find themselves patrolling the road to the north and to the south, and some of them even find themselves going down into the small little gateway that it leads outside the city.
Oh, this place is definitely well protected. It's good to know.
It has a nice fountain.
I do like fountains.
It's right there.
Why is it so far away? Why do they keep the water away from me?
Bring it here. No!
I would also remind everybody that because this person has lived in this place, they may know more than the person who apparently doesn't know certain parts of it.
And got kicked out of the room immediately.
Yeah.
Just letting you know, in case you want to spend any of your last couple on anything in particular.
Do you know anything about the wife holder?
The wife holder room? I mean, you guys already kind of have the wife holder room opened.
Yeah.
We have opened up the wife holder room.
They would probably absent-mindedly just show, like, you know, the main hall, because, you know, I want to get that hall open.
We love halls.
The hall open.
That's not a wife holder room. That's a
very hallway.
That's a hallway that
holy
leads
room.
to a very unimpressive closet that I should never go to because it's dirty.
There we go. Hallway is now open.
In fact, it has 2 hallways. Too many hallways for me. That's what I'd say.
Anyone else got anything?
I'm just trying
Just
to
a
think.
reminder, going through the different sections of this place. We have the first floor, looking about there. We have the second floor, which is what we just got there. We have the third floor, which is right now. We have the fourth floor, which is essentially just the bell. And we have the underground area. Which she has already told you one thing of.
Beyond going to the crypt, is there like a more proper way into like, I assume, the basement?
Which one?
I guess within.
Which one?
There are many basements.
That's a lot of space for basements.
I've not been through most of them.
Are there multiple within the main house?
Are there? Let me go look.
Because there's the one that goes out into the, so there would have to be at least be one minimum of one.
There is only one basement in the main house. I cannot tell you much about that one though. I don't ever go there.
Are you forbidden from going there, or it just doesn't interest you, or
forbidden.
Your vibes? Ah, forbidden.
Really?
There are several places along the area that I've just been told not to make my way through, and I'm sure that's fine.
But it's your house.
You saw no problem with being forbidden in your own abode.
I'm sure there's a reason behind it.
Which
I have been to other places though.
Which ones are forbidden?
That's what being is like.
Mostly the basement underneath the main area. I should probably let you know. There is a staircase here.
I assumed.
As well as one over here. Get out of there. Move. Go away.
The hold, the leader.
Get out of here. There we
Hates
go.
being hold.
When it comes to going down further into the underground of this place, I have been essentially told that certain floors do not need to have any of my expertise in going into. I wouldn't have much. I wouldn't have much need for anything like that. Trying to find where thing is. Where are you at, you little punk?
So mean.
Right, there it is. The only other place I could assume that you probably have any interest in, as far as staying away from that area, would be making sure I'm correct. Yeah. Oh, the secret passageway in the library.
He just had like a small smile.
There's a passageway in the library. Man, this place is a lot of passages.
It is behind the demon statue.
Oh, of course.
Statue.
I see. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that as he passed by.
I'm not sure how to open it, but there is a passageway there. I've been told to stay away from the demon statue. I see people going there all the time, though.
People like
mostly the guards.
Any of his wives?
No, we're not allowed.
What? Wait, what
Take
did
the
they just
bait.
say? What did
Take
they just
the
say?
bait.
I don't want to take the bait.
I'll say it. Did you say we?
Oh, yes. Technically, I am one of my brother's wives.
Why?
Congratulations, I guess.
Okay.
Are you okay?
Okay.
Are you all right?
So
Sorry, that was Will.
Don't worry about it. Muna just hates marriage.
So, like, why though?
True, but that's also.
It is rather weird, but once my mother and father had perished, my brother insisted on it.
How did your progenitors die?
I'm not entirely sure, to be fair with you. When it come down to it, the guards said that they never found the perpetrator, but they were killed.
Why?
I do not know. The guards never found the perpetrator. They were killed in their rooms. It was a rather sad time for us.
Sounds unfortunate.
Sorry for your loss.
I
And
believe
this is the
I believe
same-
that people in the castle refer to me as my brother's first wife.
That's when he started collecting them.
How long after your parents' demise did this occur?
Oh, we spent some time to grieve, obviously. But after with such, there's not really a lot of time that you can really give yourself to grieve. My brother told me that eventually it would have to happen, and I told him I'm sorry for making him wait so long. So around a week later.
Hibiki just goes over here and just hands on head.
You
Bent over onto the desk, just like.
think Gilgamesh looks like he's beyond confused at this? Like, the genuine expression of what?
Are all of you all right?
Oh,
We all hate marriage.
I know little of human grieving, guys, but even that small span of time for you creatures is outlandishly strange.
Well, apparently, because I was going as much as I had, that my brother was again very impatient when it came to it. If we did not have someone as the head of the family at the time, then unfortunately there was issues. My brother could not fully take anything over because he was not of their blood.
Oh, it was a bloodline issue.
He
could not fully take over the family because he was not well, my blood brother at the time.
He has the blood of 6 dragons, yet he was not related to.
At the time, no, he did not have my blood.
What does that mean?
Are you half brothers?
Hmm?
Are you half siblings?
My parents had taken him at a young age.
Adoption.
It was before my time. They had a hard time making an heir for themselves, so they did collect him about 2 years before I was born.
How could he have the blood of such noble creatures if he was brought in from the outside of the bloodline?
You see her open her mouth. You see her mouth words, but nothing comes out.
It seems the answers to this question have been stolen like so many other things in this world.
She opens her mouth and tries again.
The simple answer
seems
is
you cannot say what you're trying to say.
From my perspective, the simplest answer is he doesn't.
I mean, if. Does he have your blood now?
She opens her mouth as if to say something. Nothing comes out. She then thinks for a moment and then just nods.
For what reason would such simple actions convey such words? Why even steal the words in the beginning?
It is weird. When it comes to speaking about my brother, maybe it is because I am the first. Maybe it is because I am the first light of his. I find that it is a lot easier to speak with my brother than the others.
You have had a lot of time with your brother and have a lot more trust than I think
He's serving.
Is it? You know, I'm just gonna ask. Is it common for all of the his wives to be put into the the sectioned off room on the second floor with its own bathroom
She looks
before
to
they
you.
become wives?
Give me 1 second.
That's a loaded question.
That's a big question right there.
It is a big question, and it needs only a nod.
She just looks at you with a blank expression. The what?
The what room?
The what?
Making sure I am correct.
You know, the
on
wife
certain
room.
thing.
It's a very loaded question.
Oh, you mean Artemis's room?
Artemis. It was Artemis.
Artemis is my brother's bride to be.
Which one?
I believe it will be his 7th wife.
The one with the tail.
The one with the tail? Yes! Artemis is a Cherish.
So we got the right.
He introduced her as
Oh.
Princess Diana.
Diana.
Is she? Yes, Princess Diana.
That is not her name. She is no princess.
Then why make a show of it? The question is obvious. The answer, at least, is obvious to this question. He wants to look good in front of others. My brother, Mateus, did it all the time. Except he could back up his claim.
I did not
Unlike
realize
this
that she
one.
was being held there. She makes her way from there all the time. Though
Completely
though
silent,
I suppose, she does not speak
Oh,
usually.
that's hilarious. Sorry, I realized something. Continue.
What's up, man?
Say it.
Artemis and Diana.
Artemis, Diana, and if you also want to put into things, they're a monkey, and then another monkey that we have in games is Apollo.
Lord in heaven.
God, fuck you, damn you. God,
I will
fuck
break
you.
you.
But he was Sun Wukong, though.
But
Why
his
is he
name,
named
name was
fucking-
Apollo.
Fuck you.
Because he's the sun god Apollo.
It's not the
Sun
same.
Wukong.
Look to the sky.
It's not the same fucking
It's
sun.
not the same fucking thing at all, no. Technically, Apollo was named after an Apollo, which is a motorcycle.
Fair. Oh yeah, fucking
Oh,
gear shift,
that's
what it was
funny.
called.
Okay.
Gear.
But
We're
you know,
learning so many
names
things
names
today.
are fun.
Names give me fucking heartburn.
I'm just sitting
Anyway.
here like, oh, that's funny.
God damn it. But anyway.
But yes,
So-
usually, it is difficult. Artemis is not, well, she is not, how do I put it? She is not usually able to speak, though she has spoken to me on occasion, and she seems rather easy to talk to. I just never seen her speak to my brother or anybody else. When it comes to it, my brother is exceedingly lonely. A lot of the time it is because he is off on his own doing his duties and such. But, well, I too think I would be lonely if I was grieving as much as he is.
Why he only needed a week.
Oh, for our parents? No. That is not what I mean. I mean for his other 4 wives.
His other 4 wives?
What? So what would he grieve for them for?
Unfortunately, all but me, Artemis, and making sure I have their name correct.
Athena.
It's not no.
Is it Ystera?
No.
That'd be fucked up.
Making sure it is correct. All but myself, Artemis and Suzu are
Susan.
unfortunately they have unfortunately perished. Suzu is my brother's 2nd wife.
White hair, long ears.
Her name is Suzume, but I call her Suzu.
I see.
So 4 of them have died.
Perished, yes.
How?
Well, they unfortunately were, according to my brother, killed by members of the lower city.
Really?
People who have came to our lands and have, unfortunately snuck in and killed them in their sleep.
Snuck in.
Would the guards have been even more on alert since the killing of your parents?
The place that he basically knows anybody coming in who isn't invited.
What do you mean?
Yes.
Wait, was that an in-character thing or was that out of character? I forget.
That was an in-character thing, but she doesn't seem to know it.
There are magics in this place enchanted.
He would essentially know anybody entering his domain that he did not invite in.
Oh, that's wonderful. Perhaps he put those up after his wives all died.
You
Perhaps.
Hand on shoulder.
I know.
Miss Rosa,
What's up, Will?
you're physically incapable of telling us things about your brother. You've been forbidden from entering certain rooms in your own home.
It's probably because
He isn't actually your
because
brother.
I'm not able to be trusted in certain things. I am a bit of a blabbermouth, as we've seen now.
That is fine, but your blabbermouth has revealed to us a lot more about this man than we already knew about him.
What were you trying to say? What were you trying to say, Muna? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Hibiki, as well. But Muna was saying something as well, and we're just talking around things. I just want to make sure that Muna wasn't going to say something on like a shocked say something.
Oh no, it was.
I didn't want to leave the moment.
Let's continue. It's
Okay,
gone.
okay. We're good. We're good. We're good.
I'm
we're good.
sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't something extremely important that we were missing before we moved on into trying to get Rosa to understand things. Keep going.
You've been forbidden from places in your home. You were given a week to grieve for your parents' murder.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking even more time than that for his 4 other wives. He married you at what? How old were you at the time?
Our parents unfortunately had passed away several years back. I believe that I was around 12 at the time.
How old was he?
He was adopted around 2 years my senior. I believe he is currently 6 years older than me. In fact, I believe that my parents had died on his 18th birthday.
So he married you underage.
It was very hard on him. I'm assuming at that case, one couldn't even celebrate their birthday at that point.
Yes.
So he took over the family essentially away from you, despite it being more your birthright than his by marrying you.
Oh no. It was always supposed to be his. He was brought to the family because of that. I was not meant for anything like that. Don't worry, he has told me so.
He has convinced you of this fact that you just told me. Without any word from your parents of that being the actual case, who took him in at the kindness of the heart. Unfortunately, because they died on his 18th birthday, the day that he would be able to seize power over the family legally if they were gone. His 4 other wives are dead. He currently has a woman stuck in his room, who has pleaded for our aid.
She is just awaiting. She's not stuck there. She leaves all of the time.
Escorted by armed guards.
By armed guards and isn't even physically there.
She is escorted by Suzu usually.
Her guard. Your guards that were supposed to be with you have completely abandoned you once you were in the city when the Heartless attacked.
Yes, it was unfortunate.
Why would they abandon you? Are they not loyal? Is that not something you creatures hold to high standards?
I don't really understand, to be honest with you. If it wasn't for all of you, I fear that there would be a lot more, unfortunately, that would have happened to me. But perhaps they were just worried for my brother. He is the head of the family.
You're the first.
But he was back at the compound. Would he not have been?
Oh, what were you going to say, Gilgamesh?
But you are the first of his. No, I do not know the word for it. That would apply to humans.
Wives.
Well, tried.
I wouldn't worry too much on that. Most of the guards do not know that.
So they were unaware. So they're unaware that you're a wife, effectively.
How could they not be made aware of this?
Are they aware that you're actually your parents' daughter?
Yes. My brother has mostly told me that the only reason that most people about us would see things rather odd if they knew that I was his wife. But he did need to marry me in order to have my blood. So that is how things have currently gone.
So he married you
It is on a need to know basis usually that I am my brother's first light.
First light in that terminology. So has he collected the blood of the others that have passed away?
Oh, most likely, yes.
That is
the marriage ceremony.
The marriage ceremony?
Exchange of blood.
Wait a minute. These other women.
I see the gears, Emerald. I see the gears turning.
Do they also happen to have the blood of dragons in their families?
I believe that some of them probably did.
Your brother is a leech. He's sucking the blood out of his wives and claiming he has the birthright of dragons. How detestable.
I'll be right back. I gotta go grab something really quickly. This is a very tense moment.
As soon as I heard the wait from Emerald, I'm like, yes, Emerald figured it out. Yeah.
Let him cook.
I'm sorry about all this, Rosa.
Is there much that you need to be sorry for? I believe we are just speaking of my family history. I'm a bit of a blabbermouth, so I am sorry that I am talking in circles and that I can't tell you more. Oh,
Rosa. Muna goes in for a hug.
Oh.
What you have experienced is harder than you realize. I know right now it feels like it's being a blabbermouth or stuff like that. You've been told it's your fault. It's not your fault.
I'm back. So you mean to tell me he's been committing blood magic rituals with the other wives, gaining their blood and or potentially dragon blood into himself?
When you say it like that, it almost sounds like blood magic.
I literally used the word blood magic.
Even I have experience witnessing such things.
He has a hidden shrine to the god.
We don't do that anymore.
Oh, really? Did he tell you?
But why the blood ritual?
Well, remember that is why a lot of people unfortunately were against the ancient fairy dragon. There was a lot of bad things that happened whenever I was very young. We do not practice blood magic.
Are you sure about that? Including all the forbidden runes and the door that requires dragon's blood to open. You're certain blood magic does not still exist in this abode.
Well,
you married by which...
We do not practice it. It is just used in ceremony.
You do not practice this.
That's basically the same thing if it's used in ceremony.
Well, in ceremony, it is only there for tradition.
Well, many ancient occult rituals are ceremonial and, in fact, traditional. But they are still rituals all the same, no matter how.
Why would you have a shrine to an entire deity if you weren't worshiping it in some way?
Well, because it is our family.
Does there happen to be a particular dagger that he uses while he does this?
I don't think
to gain the blood?
I don't think so. I don't know. I was not in the right mind whenever I was going through the ritual.
What mindset were you in, creature?
Creature?
Human. Apologies. I'm forgetting my own terminology for your kind.
Well,
the ritual, unfortunately, as I was very young, the ritual was a little bit overpowering for me. I believe I had passed out.
So you understand that if you've passed out from a marriage ceremony, that's very telling of something dangerous happening, right? Like a marriage is usually a fucking priest and a kiss and an exchange of rings, not whatever the hell this
was. In normal
was.
ceremony, probably yes.
There's no reason to be married with a special ceremony like this.
It is in our family.
Because your brother wants your blood.
You've already gotten it.
That's the reason this all transpired. I'm beginning to think that you're not in your right mind at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
You're also blocked from particularly saying any things about, your brother. That is not suspicious at all.
Oh, it is not suspicious because I know that I was not be able to talk with them about certain things. It is the same as Suzu. Suzu, unfortunately, for a long time, whenever she had been brought to the manor, was very talkative with me, and, well, now she hardly says a word.
I imagine it's an after effect of the ritual.
Maybe.
What kind of stuff did Suzu talk to you about?
Mostly of their home. Suzu was an off-worlder. They were no that is something that is good that I can tell you. They were no dragon or anything of the such. I believe they told me that they were from a world of sword and sorcery.
It seems like the more kind of book to them.
They were from a world of great battle and stories of legends.
Did he not say she was from the desert lands to the east?
He sure did say she was from the desert lands from the east.
Oh, she is not from the east.
Tell us more of her world she spoke about.
She spoke of the world in great detail. She would always tell me about the roaring fields of those lands, and, well, whenever she had first made her way here, she was adorned in great silks and finery. Though now she seems to be making her way through with armors and other things of fashion throughout the land.
Is she not a storied warrior?
I believe that she was a warrior, yes, but again, they have shown themselves with fineries and silks when they first appeared here.
Did she ever say what her people were called?
I believe she just referred to them as elves.
Elves. This is a strange name for something.
We have seen many elves come to the world of Cherish.
They
That does
still
not
look
mean that
like
they are
long-
from the same place, but
They still look like long-eared humans. I will continue to use this definition instead. It makes more sense.
So, Suzu, you were close to them?
we were a lot closer a long while ago, yes, but they have become very reclusive lately. Maybe it is because they are taking up more responsibilities for watching after Artemis. I do not know. We might have just grown apart.
Was she in charge of guarding the other wives?
I do believe that they were around each other whenever she was about, yes.
So,
Rosa.
She turns to you.
I know right now it seems we're frustrated and...
Oh, very much so.
Do you understand what we believe your brother is doing?
Well, I do not wish to put words in your mouth, and forgive me for any accusatory things I may say, but it almost seems to think that you think my brother is a bad person.
Unfortunately so.
His actions aren't portrayed as one of good intentions. As far as I understand it.
Maybe we're wrong, and maybe there's a huge misunderstanding, but...
I'm rarely wrong, so I doubt that.
I always had doubts of your brother ever since he would abandon someone like you.
Oh, I wasn't abandoned by my brother. I was abandoned by my guards.
In
And no
turn,
one came back.
How were those guards, by the way? Were they very talkative or were they very quiet and stiff?
Oh, they were very professional, very quiet.
Almost like Susan?
Well, now that you mention it, yes.
Like some of your other guards who are completely different from your other guards who are far more stoic while the other ones are very lax?
Yes, actually.
Rose, I want to tell you something.
Looks to Muna.
We had dinner with him. During that dinner, well, he knew a bit of our reputation. And yet, being travelers and the sort, he never once asked about if you're fine or your whereabouts or anything like that. When we go there,
Did you tell him about me?
no, but when we go
he probably
there,
thinks that I am still dead. He probably thinks that I am dead then.
he seems extremely jovial for one who thinks their first wife and sister is dead.
when we go there, after hearing all this, part of me worries about your safety. I hope you understand this.
Bringing that up, I'm gonna have her roll.
The only part of it that she concerned about is that he never asked about her safety.
Well, no, it's right now we're
It's more that he's apparently having dinners and being jovial, like Gilgamesh said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like everything else is like, it's really easy to dismiss stuff that you're a third party to.
Mm-hmm. And he even had the Countess over, though I don't know what their particular relationship is.
Oh, I believe that is one of his business partners.
Business partners? Who is she then, as a business partner?
Oh, I don't know much about them. I stay out of the business side of things.
What she did.
But she is a countess. What is she a countess of?
Oh, I stay out of those things.
You do not know about the other
So,
nobility
like-
of your world.
What to
Are
be
you
fair-
aware of?
Well,
Okay,
I know
to
that
be
she lives off in the upper city, if that helps at all.
Use him up there.
We are
Why?
going to bring you to the place you called home.
Are we?
But you're going to have to understand something. The truth you may find out may hurt. But I think words are one thing,
Oh,
but deceit is another.
you're worried about me. I get it now.
Yes, we are very worried about
Muna,
you.
Muna, it's okay.
She turns to you and goes to grab your hands.
It's all right, Muna. I forgot to tell you. I'm so sorry. I don't feel that anymore.
What do you mean?
I don't feel sad anymore. It's okay.
Why all of a sudden?
Oh,
So, like, I've been sending extras. Has the coin been reacting at all when, like before when it would have probably when she couldn't say the thing? Like, well, what's up, Deco?
It has not been reacting at all. But she
And-
looks to you, Muna, holding onto your hands and in a not a pitying, but more of a sort of relieved kind of look. It's like, oh, of course, this is why you guys are like this. It's fine. I get it now. No, it's
As-
all right, Muna. I don't feel bad anymore.
As Muna gives a smile and puts her hand to her chin. And that's why I'm worried.
What do you mean that you're not? After all this things that we have said and brought up and the dots that we've connected, Why aren't you at least a little bit concerned or upset?
Well, because I can't. My brother has no reason to do anything that you're saying. There is no bad feelings that I can gain from this. I do not feel those anymore.
You felt them at some point.
Yes, I believe so.
When?
I felt scared whenever my guards had left me, but even then I knew that something would work out and all of you showed up. I felt somewhat saddened whenever my friends were unfortunately killed in my home, but in the end it was something that was beyond our control.
Was it?
And the last time I feel like I have felt truly sad was whenever Suzume stopped talking to me.
And Rosa, you could take whatever we said as a grain of salt, but it's not just you I'm worried about. In fact, we're worried he did something terrible to Suzu.
I don't see why he would, but if you're worried for Suzu, then I can help you.
Oh,
How so?
I can take you to her.
she's at the manor. We already know where she is.
Yes, but Suzu, she lives in the same wing as I do.
As she will then go over and mark off one final place for you guys. Since you guys never asked her to do the final place, I'm gonna have it be this.
Suzu lives in the old wing with me.
Oh,
Then I believe you should take us to Suzu.
I believe that's a terrible idea.
It would be terrible. However,
Right around here, this is the museum that we keep a lot of artifacts that we have acclimated from different mergers and different business opportunities, as well as some things from the families of the other lights. Right here is where we have a slight armory. This is mostly for Suzu as she makes her way through and gets herself ready for battle. And this is mine and Suzu's room.
You
share one room.
Did you draw a depiction of rubble in your room?
No, I didn't draw that, but it is on the actual image, though. I drew a square with a bed on it.
This is
the whole area where I keep the whole.
giant
You
rat
guys
to a
do
portal to
know-
a different chest room.
The reason I'm showing this to you guys is because if you guys remember, when you guys first had shown up to this place, I had mentioned that one of the walls looked like it was collapsed in.
Oh,
oh
yeah.
my
dude.
fucking god!
Wait a minute. Isn't that the room with the collapsed wall?
Yes, it's completely collapsed
Certainly
inwards.
was.
Oh, yes, that was that large creature.
Large creature.
That was the creature that my brother has been sort of working with at the moment. The large armored creature.
Was this ever? This wasn't brought up before, was it?
Nope.
I'm not.
And I want you to think on this. I want you to really think on this. The Heartless attacked the same night she was abandoned, but she knows of a creature in armor from her house. Meaning that's been here longer than the Heartless outbreak.
The Heartless, so. The
Like
giant Heartless caused that destruction.
I believe it was trying to get to me, to get to Suzu and me.
What? But the outbreak didn't happen until you were in the city. This was before
Oh,
How
this was
long
a...
has your brother been working with this creature?
I don't know exactly when that creature first showed itself, but the damage was done about a week before I met all of you.
A week before the invasion
And-
of those creatures was here.
Maybe a little bit longer.
You say he was working with it? Why do you say that?
Oh, because it is sort of like an animal of sorts.
An animal of sorts.
Where does he keep the animal chained?
I'm gonna roll for her because she technically could have got a glimpse of this. I don't know.
I would like to give her one of our two things here so that she gets advantage.
You wanna hand her one of these Fleetos?
Yes, one of those
Well,
Fleetos.
Doritos.
One of those Fleeto Doritos.
If she gets a 20, you'll get it back.
No.
No.
First roll. 15's pretty
Ooh.
good.
Pretty good roll. It can only go up from here.
Too bad her intelligence is -10.
It went down from there.
I do not know, but I do hear occasionally, whenever it returns sometimes, water.
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 Water. Just looks at the pool. Where are there other sources of water on your grounds?
I believe that there is some kind of river or creek that runs itself underground.
I had a feeling.
I always knew we'd meet again.
An underground river under your
Out of
state.
character, do we know where Booyah is?
Currently, Booyah is off attacking Heartless and the such, and trying to figure out
Shit.
more about their master.
You.
So what, it comes to him when he calls for it or something?
Sort of. Sometimes it gets a little unruly.
And this thing tried to attack you.
Yes.
Was your
And-
brother around when it was trying to attack you?
I do not know.
How did you escape it?
Oh, that was Suzu.
What
Suzu
was-
performed some kind of magic that lit up the entire room.
Was this before or after she started being weird?
Oh, this is far after.
After she was being weird.
Was she always a magician?
I do not know. I believe it might have been a magic that she had from her world, but she had sent forth this large flash of light, and the creature had collapsed.
Did she have a weapon that seemed odd to you?
No, she mostly just uses axes and swords and the such.
When she performed this thing at that point, did she act almost how she used to at any point?
No, I believe she was defending me, though.
Then I'm going to double down on what I suggested before. I think we should see Suzu.
I think we need to equip ourselves with more weaponry before we attempt going back there.
Weapons,
I
armor?
agree with that as well.
Hells, I would even think that we should go into that barracks and take whatever weapons are nailed down there.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of you. All of you are talking about some crazy things.
This
Sorry,
is,
Macho. I apologize that you had to hear all of this.
No, it's fine.
Yes.
I'm very worried about all of you.
Yes,
I do wish Booyah was here, but
our duty to this world requires us to make such decisions. Be thankful you are not the one chosen to do these things.
I'll be right back.
Well,
Rosa.
if there is anything I can do, please be sure to let me know. Muna, what do you think? You're gonna be right back. Where are you
Rosa.
going?
Muna's gonna go into the library, but first she's gonna go, Rosa.
Hmm?
I'm sorry for everything, and it's not your fault.
You see Rosa look to you, and again, she kind of like holds onto your hand a bit, and then she gives you a pat on the head.
Do not worry about me. It's okay.
Of course, of course.
It's like he's working with a creature that's part of the horde of monsters that destroyed the city.
Oh, I don't know.
That's not.
I don't know if that has anything to do with those creatures.
It does.
They are the same kind
We
of
fought
entity.
it.
Several of it.
It houses some of them. It empowers some of them with other pieces of it that it does it. It's a highly dangerous monster. And he's controlling
I've never
it.
seen any of those creatures nearby it.
These creatures meld with darkness itself. Of course you wouldn't see it unless they wanted you to.
Was it, when it attacked you, was it just, what, like, one thing? Was it like an arm?
It was like a big soldier.
Big so.
A big soldier.
A big soldier without any connecting arms or legs.
Hmm.
I'd never seen any of those creatures near it.
We didn't see that flying arm and that other flying arm.
And that flying torso.
And yet,
You
we
guys-
have
I thought it was a
nothing
big hat.
You guys can think of this. Before the invasion of those Heartless, it probably wasn't overtaken by those Heartless.
Mmm.
It kind of was
That makes
overtaken
sense.
after the fact.
This creature, does it have any kind of designation that you are aware of?
Designation? I believe
Was it-
I believe that we were calling it guard armor.
Guard arm. We will ask Booyah about this creature.
You've already heard about guard armor.
We have from the from our imp boy.
From Imp the Imp.
Yes, well, Gilgamesh saying we'll need more information that they may not be able to provide.
That thing is a type of heartless, though. We've heard about that from
Yes.
off-world.
It is, in fact, a heartless. We know that much. The one that came before the invasion. Macho.
Oh, yes.
Gilgamesh is using people's first names now. You can make
doing
things
it.
out of these blocks. Can you make weapons?
It depends on the weapon. I could make something simple. I'm no weaponsmith, but I could make you a staff or potentially some kind of a simple axe. It would be more or less a woodcutter's axe, but you could probably do some damage with it.
Any form of weaponry will be appreciated. They require many arms for now.
It would take me a couple of hours, but I could use some of the gummy block that I have around here. And Gilgamesh, could you do me a favor?
Mm.
He
What?
he whispers into your ear, and as he whispers to you, he tells you to say aloud, here is 3,000 money.
Fine, here is 3,000 money for you.
Oh, thank you. I mean, of course, I will be more than happy to make you some simple weaponry for that price.
Quick, Gilgamesh, give him 3,000 money.
As he starts making his way away.
Get him!
Gilgamesh knows he knows enough about this to understand that compensation is required for things from these people.
Macho's the best.
No, you have to pay him. He's trying to get you to not
Yeah.
pay him. He's trying to do it for free. Get him!
You know what's really funny? How would Gilgamesh know what 3,000 money is?
Yeah.
He can't read or write this language.
With me saying that, you guys know I will give you one for free because that's what he's doing. But if you want a simple weapon made by him, you will have to give him 3,000 money.
For everything after this. Okay.
As
Okay,
he will
I
go
can live
about
with
doing
that.
his thing. Mostly, you find that he is trying to use the gummy block to make such a thing. However, you do find that Bosco is watching over him from the back, like, yeah, I guess we'll make an axe for... They did pay you? Oh, of course you heard him. Oh, all right.
Price me. Price me.
Wording is a bit strange, but I'm really tired.
Price means little in this situation.
Note to self: get 3,000 and pay him secretly.
Muna, you make your way into the
Yes.
library.
I want to talk to a good book.
You make your way to the opposite side of this place as you stand in front of Michel. Michel seems to have the area about him flash with that storm of magic as the book builds itself in front of you. Muna, how are you?
Disturbed.
I see. Sorry,
There is
I'm not used to speaking so rapidly.
I apologize for this. We just received information, and there's a dark magic brewing that sickens me.
A dark magic? What?
Yes.
What is the matter? I will, do what I can, though I do not know how long I can keep up this form at the moment.
I guess, to put it bluntly, it seems something like the Heartless has already been here, and I'm worried about either hypnosis or possession being a factor in this world.
Hypnosis or possession? Well, they are not strangers to this place. This place has just about anything you can imagine from off-world, and they bring a lot of their culture, their abilities, their items, and all the such to this place whenever they are brought here. It is not beyond a shadow of a doubt that something like that could happen.
Fairy dragon blood magic.
And there's this bright light that someone was able to use. Is it related to the magic or the lighthouse we used earlier? And could someone other than Booyah or those like Booyah be able to use that?
I'm gonna bring a thing over
enough.
here real quick. I'm gonna bring me a dice over for Michelle. A bright light was being used by someone.
She'll quickly explain the situation with Suzu and Rosa. And this is
And
possession or hypnosis
16
too.
was the first one. Well, as I mentioned to you before, there are many different things in this world that are born from the light of other worlds. This Suzu or Suzume most likely had some sort of ability from their own world they used to protect themselves. Though if their world fell to darkness, I can only assume that it is a unique ability of themselves. Depending on what it could be one of many things. That being said, I would very much like to see this Suzume. If this is in any way similar to that, if it is in any way similar to that white flame you have all told me about, it could be very beneficial in ridding this world of the darkness.
And perhaps it's rude of me to assume we are planning to see Suzume soon. Well, not assume, but I have a theory. Has it been known, whether possessed or hypnotized, that they would break out of it for a moment to protect someone they care about?
Well, as I mentioned to you before, the one thing that this world can find as its own, the one thing that has tied all of us together, it does not have to be a special ability. It does not have to be a item, a thing from a world, or even anyone's rights they are born with. But bonds give power, Muna, as I mentioned to you before. If this Suzu truly was the friend of this Rosa, then it is not out of the ordinary that they would try to protect them, even in a state of suppression as they might be. Bonds are power. Friendship does, in some ways, equal magic.
Muna clenches her fist, and there's some tears kind of trickling down.
You are from a harsh world, Muna, from what I've seen inside of you. You are from a world where there are many cruelties about, where people are born to a station that they mostly cannot rise from. And you, as someone who was born into a good position in that world from what I've seen, I don't know everything, you saw it in yourself to leave that and become something that people feared, but also to help those people. You have not done everything good in your life. I know this.
But I can tell that your heart is for those people. Your heart weeps for those who are less fortunate.
There was always one scenario where I would do whatever I could for them. It was always when they came to me for someone else. That bond you talk about is something I do cherish, and maybe I'm being assumptuous, but I could tell that Rosa and Zuzu had something between them. And it sickens me that someone would try to break that bond. Sorry. You're seeing me in a state I've been trying to hide for a bit.
Muna. Can I ask you?
Of course.
That want you have to help. That want you have to help Rosa. To potentially help this Suzu. Is it enough that you are willing to try something?
Of course.
You remember what Zorel had done with me? I believe that now that you have all increased my power, I might be able to do it to one of you again. You see a page seemingly showing itself among the storm. Muna. In front of you, I have 3 pages. You see the 3 sort of circling him. Each of these pages has magic in it. A spell that I believe you might be able to reach. Unfortunately, in doing so, I will have to ask you to take a misfortune upon yourself. Would you take a spell that I have here in exchange for that misfortune? Get out of here, music. Come on. Get better.
Of course.
If you want to try, then reach for one of the 3 here. Whichever one you wish. Muna.
Oh, sorry.
Before you reach out, these are 3 different spells. In front of you, you see 3 more powerful spells than the ones you have seen with you and your friends. One of them you are very intimate with. One of them is the power of thunder. The other 2, I would like you to roll me for.
All right.
Roll me for your magic, please, to see if you can give any sort of understanding as to what these 2 spells could be.
Okay, this one is going to be the default dumb one because I forgot we have a dice tower. 8.
Oh, you rolled this
Maybe
dice.
that's...
You roll the dice tower. Use the dice tower.
Yeah, I'm using the dice tower now.
Yeah, I was over here, so...
All right, here we go.
Natural 1. Ooh.
Yeah!
Ooh. Both of them seem to feel...
What would I get? If I use both dice towers, oh well, but I didn't.
Both of them seem to feel strange to you. Powerful, obviously, but strange. As you look at these 2 magics, I'm gonna look at both of them myself to see if there's anything I can tell you about them. One of them seems to be seems to show almost a amount of force among itself. It seems to almost be like a slight displacement or explosion kind of magic. And the other one
seems to give off a very cold energy about it.
Going for the cold.
Out of the thunder magic, the cold, whatever it is, and the force, whatever it is, you want to try to go for the cold?
Yeah.
Before you do, Will, you are going to be taking a misfortune to yourself. Why don't you come over here to the karma deck?
And as she reaches and as the misfortune's coming,
Shuffle this.
yeah.
We are gonna get a negative effect from whatever card you draw.
Oh boy.
Hooray!
Here we go.
The
We're
cost
gonna
of
go draw a card.
misfortune. Why?
Here we
That's
go.
the gift deal I gave everyone else.
No way. No
Well.
way.
Well,
What could this possibly
Lovely.
actually be?
lovely,
Ain't no way.
lovely.
What are the fucking odds?
If you guys remember the
How?
demise, some things about to happen here. As well,
Oh no.
I would like you to get rid of your shield and bring your HP down to 1.
You became asthmatic.
As you reach out and you go to grab for one of these, the storm of magic around does seem to retaliate and strike against you. As it does, those outside, you guys hear a screech from inside that you can only attribute to Muna.
Luna!
You
Man, I kept-
gonna stay put, Hibiki?
Hibiki stays put.
Emerald, you okay?
So,
Oh,
you're,
I go
so
inside.
you're gonna
I am.
be signaled
I-
soon.
I just saw. I go inside. I am AFK. Go.
Well,
The three of you rush yourselves in. You guys see as you step into the gate what appears to be a rather large storm of energy on the other side. No, get out of here, music. As you
happy
see this
time.
rather large storm of energy rising in front of you, you find that rising up into the air, being struck by whatever this is, holding on to a page in front of them, Muna is currently high up in the sky. You hear from the other side a yell from Michel as well, as unfortunately for Michel, he was already halfway into his thing. It looks as if the book is already starting to rip itself apart with Michel. You guys aren't sure what will happen to Muna if she stays in that when Michel is not conscious.
I'm not sitting here to find out. I am running
No.
over.
Yeah.
Let's go, team. Let's go, team.
You do
No,
speed.
don't go around.
As the three of you rush forward, is there anything you guys would like to try to do to try to release Muna from the prison that's holding Michel? You guys hear Michel.
Hey,
Save her!
As if we needed to be ordered. So let's see here. I think it's time to do. Well, the storm looks painful. I'm going to cast. I think I'm going to enchant myself with Geo to get resistance to all forms of damage.
You can definitely do such a thing. I'm
How
guessing at that-
high up is she?
They are rather high. They have been risen up into the sky. They are over top of. They're about 2 Zarels high.
Pharrell, swim up.
This
If
can be
only
done.
we-
Gilgamesh, the ladder.
What?
Yeah, there is the ladder over here.
Come on.
Zarel and Gilgamesh, as you guys rush over to the ladder, I'm gonna assume that Hibiki will attempt to use some air magic.
He's going to blow.
Cast
So
flow
I
on
will-
Gilgamesh so he can fly up and can
So
he cast
I will assume for a moment that while you guys are getting the ladder over here, he is attempting to get Muna down with the arrow that he has, which means I will give you advantage on this, Gilgamesh. As Zarel, you hold on the ladder. Gilgamesh, you resistant to all damage. Rush up it to go to grab them. I would like you to roll me with advantage because Hibiki is pushing them with the air magic. I would like you to roll me for your resilience.
Let's fucking go. That's a 13 so far. Come on, tower thing.
No!
21!
Oh! Gilgamesh, as you
Friendship.
get up to it, as you try to get into there, you finally feel the striking of this thing against you. The same feeling Zarel felt whenever they first had gone in. It is a stinging magic. It is a powerful magic, one that whenever you are looking at, you wonder whether or not this magic itself, this prison, is stronger than the bolt you took from fucking Storm. As you reach out to Muna and you grab them, Muna's still somewhat letting out that screech of a yell that they were having. You grab them in your arms. Thanks to your Geo, you will take half damage. And thanks to you rolling very high on your resilience, you will take another half damage. You were only going to take a fourth of this.
Cool.
But I am going to roll against you 4d8.
Bring it the fuck on, you little bitch.
Which technically means you're only taking 1d8. But, you know.
Numbers are funny.
Must be nice to only take 1d of damage, which is a flat 20.
Oh, God.
Two altogether, that is 24. So you are going to be taking from that, we'll say, around 6 damage.
So my shield and then -1 health.
This seems to not care about your shield.
Oh.
You are taking this as all health damage.
So -5, I guess, or
your
no,
shield is fine. Your shield's still there. You were taking 6 health.
6 -6. Hey, I did it right.
Yeah. As you reach out and grab them, as you pull them back, you stumble back with Muna in your arms. As the two of you sort of tumble, you keep Muna from taking any damage as you land. Michelle lets out another cry, another yell, and the book seems to tear itself apart.
Michelle!
What the fuck happened?
As it begins to calm immediately, you guys still see the pages are there, but Muna, it seems that him trying to stay out for that extra time and try to give you that magic was too much for him. He wasn't able to keep himself going. He's still around. You can tell he's still alive because, you know, the pages are all still there. But he is not going to be able to be called upon again for today.
I'm so sorry, Michelle.
Oh.
No, don't go any more near that. That thing's dangerous.
Yeah, let's keep it a couple of feet apart from that. Are you okay? I'm not gonna ask if you're all right. I'm gonna ask what happened.
The page in Muna's hand seems to disappear. As it does, Muna, you are going to gain a tier 2 magic.
Oh shit!
Tier 2.
Mm-hmm. This is a stronger magic than what was put there, and by tier 2, I mean you're not getting like the upgraded version of this. The tiers are just how I have them separated. You are getting.
I know what
Blizzard.
I know what spell I want, and it's stuck into your fucking thing or something.
You're getting Blizzard.
Fire Dice, baby. I'm Game of Thrones.
Currently, you would only have the first 2 abilities of Blizzard, so I'm going to go ahead and mark out the other 3. Bum, bum, bum.
One day we'll get a card and just have all the bits. One day.
Blah.
Not today.
You have the status and the magic from it, but as you look at it, deals 44 water damage to a target up to 3 squares away, or up to 3 hexes away, because it's a 3 up there. And you deal half to the target that's next to it as well. You roll magic to hit the first target, and you automatically hits the second target if you hit the first target. Or status,
you're over here. Okay.
Or status, you can freeze part of a target, lowering their movement by 2 hexes, and gives them a -1 to all of their attacks. They roll resilience at the start of their turns, remove the effect. This can stack.
Oh.
Yes.
So
the aggro support, baby.
So, question.
What's up?
Why do you do water instead of ice damage or cold?
Because water was introduced in KH3, and I like some of the KH spells, and I didn't want to make water do ice damage. So ice is doing water damage instead.
But you could have just had 2 spells.
I do have 2 spells.
Could.
If you look at water over here, the spell that Zarel has, it also does water damage. But if I were to split water and ice up into two completely separate damage types, that means they will have ice damage and water damage, which means I have to then make Heartless be sometimes weak to water and sometimes weak to ice, instead of just having water be its own element and altogether consuming that.
You want to lead to
I
only
see.
cold water?
Just think of
I understand.
Blizzard and water being Gen 1 special, where it's just both. Just less glitchy.
It's fine. When we get slights, you can make steam and attack.
But yeah, you guys now have Blizzard.
I love the freeze private target. I'm going to abuse the shit out of that.
He says that because you were able to make him stronger, he was able to do that one more time. That means he's probably cannot do that now unless he gets stronger again. He can probably not do that for the rest of you unless he gets stronger again.
He wanted to help me, so we were able to get him stronger, and he wanted to give me a power like he gave Zarel. Though that took a lot out of us.
It is not tier 3, Ike Master. It is a tier 2 spell. It just has a range of 3. That is what the hex with the number in it means. That is their range.
I have range.
Whereas before, Fire has a 1 square range or a 1 hex range. Blizzard has a 3 hex range. Also, they're currently being weird on their things. I'm probably gonna get rid of the cards behind them. I'm gonna be honest with you. But until now, we'll just now.
I was thinking the other day, not other day, but like weeks ago, like, why is it 1 range? And then I remembered, oh yeah, KH2, KH1 is the fireball.
But yes. Muna says that they were getting helped by Michelle for doing shit.
Warning any of us next time would be prudent.
Well, I wasn't planning for that. I wanted to ask a bit about possession and hypnosis, and I'm going to be honest. Suzume, I believe they have a bond with Rosa that may help her get out. Well, maybe it's more hope than I believe. But that light that happened, maybe it's assumptuous, but perhaps that light was the bond they shared, and despite being in that situation, was able to just that moment protect her.
And if your assumptions are fine to have. My assumption is that if we bring her there, she'll either become a thrall herself or get in the way of what we need to do.
There's a lot of...
I understand where you're coming from, but I believe Rosa and Suzu need each other, even if it is risky.
What we really need is effectively a smoking gun of sorts. Evidence to actually show her that her brother, her husband, her fucking...
the parasite.
Her husband...
The leech parasite is evil.
Hibiki.
She might not be able to even feel the feelings that would allow her to discover that in the first place.
You guys hear another little ting-a-ling as flying out from Beard once more. You are all not seeing a picture that is being formed in front of you. Picture was not said, by the way.
She should have said depiction. She would know the word.
They don't always think to use the word, because I don't. But anyway. I do think to block it out because it's funny.
Yes, go on.
Why are they still alive? And why have they not been turned into whatever it has this Suzume has?
Perhaps she was made to be useless in any aspect after that ritual.
Why not just kill her then? If we believe that this person has killed their parents and all of their previous wives, why have they not killed the first?
Perhaps,
The ritual failed.
perhaps there must be some other reason that she lives.
If she is not completely under their control, then that means they have some sort of resilience to it. I don't understand it, to be honest with you. They seem to be an imbecile to me. But I do not think that there is any way for them to become a thrall, as you seem to spoke of.
Well, if it's based on the blood magic, and she has the blood of the fairy dragon, perhaps that what gives her a resistance to it?
I do not know, and I do not wish to really know about it, to be honest with you. It seems rather complicated and dark for me. But as something calling themselves a fairy dragon, I can only assume that they have some sort of fey origin. Perhaps that fey origin is protecting this Rosa of yours. Perhaps the true machinations of this that is making these other people into puppets or thralls, as you seem to think, Gilgamesh, does not work upon them. And perhaps they are too difficult to kill.
Perhaps.
Apparently their origin has something to do with some sort of undead creature, at the very least, some kind of vampire or a dhampir. I would assume at that point that you can not worry about them at least turning on you if you bring them there. They seem all too willing to be rid of them without actually doing it themselves.
It would make sense why they would abandon them rather than do it themselves.
Especially if they knew the invasion was coming. Even easier to get rid of anyone they don't want around. Sick the heartless on them.
Now that we know what we know, that they apparently knew that this invasion was happening, it is rather odd as well, from what I've heard inside of your rather large and spacious beard. It is very odd that they then had asked those Keyblade wielders to come so close to them.
Perhaps he hopes to inflict some kind of magic on them as well.
Perhaps.
What of Keyblade Masters, if that means anything.
I believe, though, that they may have been protecting themselves from them. The fact that Booya seemed to be against making their way inside of there.
It does make sense after all. Rosa did say that the one they did have even before all this, they considered a creature more than a sentient being. So to them, this is more an outbreak of rabid animals rather than an alliance.
I mostly am bringing this to your attention because I believe that you will not be able to use the power of this Keyblade wielder to aid you. And if you wish to perform the task you want from me, Gilgamesh, then I believe that you need to prepare before making your way in there to do any fighting, and do not count on help to get you out of it.
I was not. I merely need to wait for that axe to be done.
Good. Then I will trust that you know your own ability and the ability of your allies here. If you all believe you are willing or ready to go in there right now, then charge on in. But just because you can't ask for help from the Keyblade wielder doesn't mean you can't ask for help from other beings around here. They then twinkle, inkle, 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 and jump back into your beard.
Is there any way I could visually have like snowflakes coming from the fingers but not actually use ice?
You feel that there is a slight mist coming from your fingers as you prepare to cast but do not fully cast the spell. How about that?
Clench his fist. This will do nicely. But for now,
I would not clench too harshly. You're kind of we're not looking great.
May one of you strong men carry me, as she's gonna fall.
Ain't me.
No.
Sorrel by default.
Muna, you fall over and you take 1 damage. I'm kidding.
Unfortunately, I have noodle arms.
I have principles. So no.
Noodle arm cirrhosis.
I would like to know. As you guys hear this from Fali,
do you guys feel that you are ready to make your way off to the manor as soon as the axe is done? Or do you guys want to ask anybody in the area to potentially give you some kind of aid?
I would love to ask Ragna, hey, teach me to fight better.
Mini training arc. Mini training arc.
Good sir, you are here.
No, you're
and have
talking. You know, we
offered.
have a Tori training, Hibiki training art, and we have Muna Bones healing arc.
By the way, I am very sorry to say this, Will. When it comes to the demise card, just like I have mentioned before, this will last until you are able to fully rest again, or you get into one battle. You cannot heal until one of those two things happen.
I think I'll try the sleepy time.
The only way for you to get a full rest in is to end the day. So if you guys want, you can wait here for a day and do any training if you want to, and wait for Muna to be better, or you can just go into a random Heartless fight and then heal him up then.
We go find a Heartless fight. It's like, go over there, go in the dark.
I'd like to do the training arc.
Yeah, you know what, I
I
concur.
think that even Gilgamesh should be willing to, now that everyone's been called out. It's like,
How come you all get a training arc? You got to get new magic, and it's tier 2. Yeah, but I want a training arc.
I mean,
We
you didn't
will-
say you couldn't.
Do we want to assume then that you guys want to wait the rest of the day for Muna to be ready for you guys to go? Do you guys want to take a day to Hibiki to potentially talk to Ragna and see if he can learn anything from him, and for Zarel and Gilgamesh to maybe look around for some things that could help them as well?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It seems good to me if y'all are willing to let me do that.
As you guys would bring Muna out and about, you guys would get Muna onto one of the benches around this place. There you go,
Wait a
Muna.
minute.
You can be out here and about.
This is a dumb idea, Deco. If we were to put the aging water on her, would that heal her immediately?
It would not.
Don't just let me sleep.
It would. It probably. I mean, it might. Who knows?
No.
It might also take away their magic though.
Yeah, 50-50.
I'm too brittle to use Blizzard.
Take your goddamn training arc and leave me alone.
You guys,
Get away from me.
you guys lay Muna about. As Muna, you are out in the fresh air, but you are definitely bleh. The rest of you will go off and decide what you guys want to do for the remainder of the day. You guys have decided that resting tonight here would probably be best so that Muna doesn't die. And maybe you guys could learn stuff from Ragna or learn stuff from some of the other people about if they show up. With all that being said, then, I think as we get yourselves ready to go off and do these things, we're going to end things off here for the night.
Hooray!
Wait for the next episode where Zarel and Hibiki do a fight on top of the hospital place, and then they're about to kill each other. That Gilgamesh.
I can't wait for the next episode where I have to recap all this shit.
I am
Fucking
so
yeah.
happy that so many reveals got to happen today.
I'm just sitting here I'm gonna have to bring a notebook tomorrow. I need to note everything down.
Man, this fucking. I get the Naruto reference. Well, fuck you. But first, after that, fuck, we're not ready yet.
I like
I
how
need
we
to
were
kill
joking before that
We
this guy was kind of
actually
mildly evil, and then we found out he's the CEO of racism and violence.
CEO
Whenever
of
you
blood
guys,
magic.
whenever you guys were so upset at him before, you're like, oh, he's the worst fucking character ever. I'm like, you just fucking wait.
This guy's at least the half-works have the excuse they're a bunch of ignorant fucking yahoos.
I need to update the meme.
So, I just want everyone to know, there are times, there are a couple of games back, a couple of campaigns back that some people just told me, man, I just want to hate somebody sometimes. I just want to have a villain in a game that I can just hate and not have to feel bad for. After which I started making at least one per campaign.
I like the fact that you took the two guys that that were in the meme and then said, I'm gonna put them together.
Yeah.
You're like, what if he was a sex pest and a genocider?
What if he was a sex
Stealing
pest
blood from
genocide?
people?
Here's the thing: there was another person in that meme. What if he was a sex pest genocider and body manipulator?
Yeah. It's, he's literally a fucking leech. He's just a big fucking leech.
Whenever Gilgamesh was looking at him like, that's not a dragon, but I do kind of feel dragony energy off him. That's fucking weird.
No, I know what. He fucking stole it. He stole so much from so many, but it's still so fucking pathetically minute. There's 4 dead from his efforts, and I can barely sense that there's maybe something somewhere.
We're going over
he's
here
either
to murder an
trash
overseas bride.
He is literally either so trash at blood magic, or that ritual is garbage in general. I don't know what's which.
Also, when you guys first had talked to Rosa and they were able to see and they were able to give you guys information on a magic item being around, they have kind of dragon eyes.
Of course they fucking do. Where the fuck are my eyes?
Where are mine at? Where are they?
Well,
He says with an eye patch.
Fuck you.
You can have the eyes, but you need to give up half your life.
One of the big thing
no.
with Rosa is that she can kind of see magic. She's very perceptive. She has one of my all-time favorite traits of D&D dragons, which is high as fuck perception.
Yeah, it's really funny. They have higher perceptions than any other stat.
It's why I love
actually
making.
can't.
It's why I love making characters like a Sphere or characters like Nemric or characters like fucking anyone with high perception, because I'm like, yeah, I have the perception of a green dragon.
Yeah. Also, I have blind sight.
Well, it's
Also, I have
fear,
blind
it's fear
sense.
head with
Also, I have-
anxiety. It's different.
Yes. You're the kind of person that would min-max perception and get every form of sense physically possible.
It's so fun, dude. Being
Yeah,
able
it's
to
really-
see,
it's actually
being able
really
to
funny.
see things that it's just like you just look to the DM. DM's like, all right, let's see if you notice. DM, I notice.
What do you mean you know? Is that
My
why do you have a
passive
45?
my passive perception is 23, DM.
What the fuck? How the fuck did you do that? You're level fucking 3!
If you want me to roll, I will, but my passive is basically whenever we would assume I have a 10. So if I get higher,
I fucking hate this game. Jesus is bullshit.
It's like, no, DM,
No.
I see it. I see
Fine,
it.
you see-
It's fine.
Fine. Have 3 held horrors. Fuck you. You see that? Look at that. Roll
No.
this shit.
I'm just imagining, because in my campaign, there was a guy one of the characters outright shot with a gun. So I'm just imagining him coming to this universe and shooting this guy in the face and leaving.
Man, it's great. Also, I
Did
like
the guy
that
even
character,
say one
whoever they
truth
are.
because he even called his second wife his third? Did he even lie about that? I honestly, when it comes to the numbers of them, I'm gonna be perfectly just forward with you. Suzume could be 2 or 3. I don't know.
He doesn't know either.
I feel like it's super in character that guy wouldn't even know because he actually has no soul.
I'm decent whenever
He's just
it comes
collecting
to
women.
it. Whenever it comes to it,
Dude.
let me open up the thing. Let me have what I actually have written down because
What
I
if we-
believe because I know I did say 3 last game. But yes, she is number 2 because she is the one that came directly after Rosa. Because he technically can't go around saying he married Rosa.
I can't wait to cut
So
him
he-
open and realize there's nothing in there.
He can't just go around saying he married Rosa, so he immediately looked for someone else.
It's almost like he knows he's full of shit, and if he was outed, it would ruin everything he's ever worked for.
Can't wait for his ukulele apology.
It's gonna be really impressive how he learns to play the ukulele.
Gossip train.
I can't believe it. He'll learn how to play the ukulele using his own ass because I'm gonna shove it up there.
I thought you were gonna say his own ass because he won't have any arms or legs to do it with.
That's beside the point. What I do after I do that is irrelevant to his situation.
Fun fact as well. The name Suzume, I've used a couple of times in certain things. I don't think I've used it constantly for an actual important character in any games. Maybe Fairy Tail, I can't remember. But the name Suzume is important to me because that was the name of the first ever person I ever roleplayed with.
Oh, cool.
Whenever I first got onto myspace.com. God, I'm old. By the way, my birthday was last week. Anyway,
Happy birthmas.
Susan, somebody who taught me essentially how to text roleplay was they were playing an elf named Suzume.
Cute.
God fucking damn it.
And in their honor, you made them a wife for the world's strangest
Well,
man.
here's the thing. They were kind of strange. The first ever thing that we ever roleplay with, I didn't realize they were an e-role player.
Oh.
Rip.
So they actually had to baby me. They had to baby me, put me in a situation of I had to save their character, otherwise their character would be having bad things happen to them. And I attempted to do so, but then they had it happen anyway, and they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought we were doing this kind of thing." And I was like,
I thought you wanted this.
And
I don't know where I am.
I was 16 at the time.
Wow.
Sexual awakening train.
Oh no, that was I knew it was happening. It's just you know, I never did roleplay before. I never did text roleplaying people with like that before. This is a great thing to say in my Kingdom Hearts Disney game. Anyway, so
We'll just buff those out.
It's Disney, okay?
luckily for us, all he wants from his wives is their blood.
Yeah, that's fine. Just take their blood.
Just take her blood and fucking go ham. But yeah, two of his wives didn't have any dragony stuff. Suzume didn't, and neither does Diana/Artemis.
Those were just for fun.
You know the worst part? This guy probably doesn't even put the seat down after he pees.
Probably not. Fucking asshole.
And doesn't wash his hands.
This
Probably
man put 2 outhouses in his home.
Oh, he has many
man's-
more. There are many more outhouses in this place.
Remember,
Is the kitchen just a bunch of fucking toilet holes and chains? Is that what the kitchen is? Like, what do you mean is more?
Is the basement just the Lady Demeteresque basement?
like it just
No.
remember at the very beginning of the game how he was like, man, I hope that they have indoor plumbing here.
Yeah,
Good
technically
news,
they
monkey
do.
You know what's so
girls.
funny? You know what's so
What?
funny? He doesn't have a single toilet on the first floor. I just looked.
That is hilarious.
There's not a
you
single.
wanna
There's
pee,
not
you
a
must
single
climb.
toilet on the first floor of his apartment.
This
of
man-
his manor.
I don't know what this man's using this fucking river for something, because he's like, I can't let the poo water go in there. I have to have this happen instead. Because that's exactly what this is, too, what I can tell. Because I was like, there's no way this man's, who is just so pompous, would not have a single. He probably has the only good toilet in his room.
Maybe there's some good toilets in the basement.
Do we even want to drag this asshole to Tortolore? Do we?
Tor
if we
really,
do
Tor
that,
really
we need
wants
to-
him to answer for his crimes. I don't know, man.
I don't think she's
I'm just
fucking
saying,
aware
we
of
could
this
definitely
guy's
murder
crimes.
this guy, but I think Tor would make a better show of it.
Okay,
I think we
yeah.
should relinquish
I
it.
mean, here's the
I mean-
thing. Here's the thing. If you guys wanted to, you could go and tell Tor everything you just found out. Maybe she'll
Oh.
That
change
was
her
my
mind.
plan. That was my plan.
Oh my god.
God,
Hey, Tor, we'll do this for free now.
Tor.
Tor, we're good. You don't need it anymore. You guys are
Tor.
good.
Here's a compromise. That
Okay.
we'll have to get Tor in on this because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
we could get him to answer his crimes publicly and kill him. And I know just the movie Weekend at Bernie's.
Tor,
Period.
Tor. All right, we know that you're
No.
mad. You know that you're mad at your brother, but do you
Here's
want to
somebody who
join
can
us?
actually be-
Do you want to join us in massacring this man?
But we know you're mad at your brother. Do you want to be mad at someone who actually might probably deserve it?
Do you
probably?
want to let out your anger on someone?
We need a lot of fire.
Mrs. Torlor, do you? I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what happened to your sister, but This man's doing blood magic and married his sister. Help us here, ma'am. Ma'am, we would like your aid and assistance in routing out this fucking cultist from your fair city.
Oh,
In fact, I have half a mind to imagine that he probably tried to kill Akron, and that's why your sister's fucking dead.
Who knows, man?
Because this man also hates him.
CEO of everything.
Well, I need to know. I need to fucking know what
Maybe
his crimes are.
Maybe Ysera knows more about that. Who knows?
Yeah, she was kind of dodgy the first time.
Oh my fucking god!
Later,
Did he drink her fucking blood too?
Who knows, man?
Is this the pudgiest fucking vampire ever to exist?
Punchy vampire. Oh,
It's like
I
the
love, by
pudgy
the way,
dragon from the D&D movie.
I love, by the way, you guys going like, oh, does he have like a secret passage in his library? I don't know of one. I'm just sitting here like sweat dropping, looking back and forth, and then it's like hoping nobody looks at the strange red demon statue at the end of the corridor.
And also, I saw another demon statue too, so I don't think I didn't see that.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of sussy statues.
I can't wait to rip this place to shreds just to find all of its secrets and then also kill the man.
I'm glad that Zarel brought in Rosa, because it just made everything different.
Oh, whenever you guys are like, well, we don't know anyone like that, and then all of a sudden I just hear FOMO, wait, we do know someone like that.
Zarel had his once in like an arc like big brain move.
I got such fun. I got such fun out of all four of you guys today. There is just Gilgamesh slowly just cracking throughout the entire thing, going like, this absolute motherfucker is just pretending to be a dragon by stealing their blood.
This bitch.
We have
The audacity.
we have Zarel going like, oh my god, we have this person and we can do things, and then we have fucking Will is like, I'm just gonna go explode. And finally we have Hibiki just going like, wait a minute.
Whenever
he just learns of everything, I'm just like, yeah.
I did not know my meme would be so accurate.
Finally, the mask breaks. I am now angry. See, before I was annoyed by the fact he's alive, now I'm fucking livid, and that's bad for him.
Man, maybe we should have just let fucking the king do
Akron
his shit.
breaks the fucking building down.
Akron just comes over, fucking scorch earths the entire thing.
He would just scorch earth it and would destroy all the evidence. That's the key thing here.
We need to not only beat this man properly, but we also need to drag him kicking and screaming to his death.
Yeah, if Akron came and did that like he offered you guys to, there would be no way that the people around would be able to fucking trust him at all. It's like, this man just came and fucking turned into a giant dragon and destroyed an entire populace.
Okay, so
The
I guess
only safe
which
is apparently the only safe area from these heartless guys in the entirety of the world.
It's only safe because we have a big one to scare the rest off. That's it. They're all chicken shit scared of the big ones. We know that. It says that. That's why there's none of them there. They're all too scared. If we kill guard armor, they'll all swarm it like a bunch of fucking rats.
I love
Holy shit.
I love this so much.
Oh my god!
Welcome.
We need an after plan
good
on the
this
Heartless.
So by the way, maybe we don't just take one day to train up?
Oh
For the sound of
no!
it? So, hey guys, training arc? Training arc? Training arc.
This is my favorite thing.
Oh my fucking god!
Also, another thing to point out, a small thing, they were cultivating blood roots.
Are we eating people?
This is the worst guy.
Also, they're gardeners?
Why the fuck why does the primal coin affect it?
Are you? Dude, you're fucking dude. Sentais are fucking dark as shit, dude. I don't know. What
I
to
mean,
tell you.
yeah, they are. I love that part about them.
I'm pretty.
We need to get Mark a better job.
I
Yeah.
would. You know what?
Look, just because someone uses a little blood as fertilizer doesn't mean nature doesn't
My
take its
fucking
course.
brother's name is Blood. I know what blood magic does. I know what he does with that. Whatever this fucking Yahoo's doing is probably even worse.
I know he doesn't even play his own villain music on the organ.
Yeah, he doesn't even have his own pipe organ like a fucking weirdo. Blood.
Deco, congratulations. Out of all the games, you've made the one most hateable character, and I am so happy for it.
Oh my fucking god,
I tried to create the world's most hated character,
I'm just saying,
And
and I succeeded.
instead of a Sasuke retrieval arc, imagine if it was just the crew of Naruto going, Orochimaru is a fucking shitlord. Let's train up and kick his ass.
This ain't a retrieval arc, this is an ass beating.
Dude,
up.
Orochimaru would not have lasted if Naruto was a D&D game.
No, he would have fucking the level of spite and god tier killing potential of
The
D&D
players-
players.
The players would have ditched the tuning exams immediately and chased after him.
Like, there would be no hope. He would be fucked.
But yes, thank
He'd
you
be
all very
fucked.
much for hanging out with us. This has been very fun. We'll continue potentially chats after the recording is over. We love you guys. Thank you very much for showing up today for this very special episode.
Where the fuck is my key, Black?
And until next time, like always, later days.